the Twitch stream. Is it going to let me resize it? Okay, good. Yeah, I don't, for some reason XSplit still doesn't have an actual Discord plugin. I have to use this HTML one. It doesn't work super great. But people don't really talk on the Discord that much usually during the live streams anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, anyway. So yeah, I woke up really early. I'm gonna go open up my YouTube and see if I have any comments there too. I doubt it. I'm on Sari the Selkie, which I haven't updated in a really long time. That was gonna be weird related videos showing up in my sidebar. Anyway, I don't even, why are Markiplier things showing up? I'm not subscribed to Markiplier. I mean, no hate against him. I just don't really watch other streamers or game players. I'm a selfish bitch. I'm trying to go to my page so I can open up the other streamer. There we go. YouTube chat, just in case anyone talks in there and isn't just, you know, a hater. Okay, pop that out. Anyway. This is gonna be a rough stream. I'm so tired. I guess I could go have some more coffee. I had some this morning, which probably wasn't good because then when I tried to take a nap, I couldn't. But honestly, even if I hadn't had it, I probably couldn't have napped because my body hates me. Yeah, what else is there to say? I had a dream. I had a dream about a webcomic idea. Yet another one. I know, people are probably like, oh my god, you just had like a book idea and now you have a webcomic idea. Just stick with the damn idea. That's the problem, man. I've got a head that likes to go into overdrive as far as ideas, and the fun never stops. And then of course the matter is always having time and energy to do all that. I mean, things are getting better because, well, for one thing, we finally got a quote on the patio, and it's pretty expensive. We decided not to get the roof over the patio, which I was really hoping for, to have some protection from sun and rain. Fuck, my brain. I'm just like, I read a comment and then I'm just like, what? Anyway, so I had a dream that was a webcomic idea, and I lay there, and I woke up from it at 5, and it seems like when I use melatonin to go to sleep, it'll help me go to sleep, but then if I wake up at any point after that, I'm like wide awake, and it's really weird. And it's not, I'm not alert. I'm awake, but I'm still tired. Oh, someone came. Hey, Sneaky 91. That sounds vaguely familiar. Anyway, so I had this idea, and I was trying to ignore it and just go back to sleep. But of course, you know, I'm like laying there plotting it out in my head and everything. And at 7, I gave up, and I got up and I started writing it all down. And then the kids woke up, and you know, I was trying to like write it down as the kids were harassing me and stuff like that. There we go. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so the reason that I'm trying to draw black guys is it's gonna sound really dumb if I condense it too much, and I admit, like, there's probably a bunch of cliches in here and everything, but basically it's a love triangle. This girl becomes friends with these two brothers, and one is you know, biological and the other one's adopted. And she's like childhood friends, and then when they get teenagers, she starts dating the one guy, and the other guy's still in love with her, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's, you know, it's the layers of what goes on in that, because the one guy she starts dating, the biological son, who I named Adrian, I might change the name later, I don't know, and the girl's named Jess, so the mom that had the biological son and then adopted the other kid who is supposed to be like an orphan from some, you know, warlord torn African country like Trevor Noah is always making fun of, in a, you know, he lived through it kind of way. Anyway, so when the mom was younger, she really wanted to join like Greenpeace, or is it Greenpeace? What's the one that, there's like one that just like yells about whales getting killed, and then there's one that actually like goes and helps people, or, you know, like Habitats for Humanity, that kind of thing. And she really wanted to do it, but then she ended up getting pregnant, you know, pretty early, so that she wasn't able to go live those dreams. But she always talked about it, like growing up, how much she wanted to do or whatever. How have you been, and how's the kids? I will answer that in a second. But anyway, so she wants to work for it, but she didn't get a chance to. But so she you know, raises her kids talking about it. And so not PETA, there's like Greenpeace, and then I forget, there's like another one that's got green in the title, whatever. Point being that the one that actually does, you know, help people, and isn't just harassing people to sign petitions, which, you know, I mean, is better than nothing, but I feel like petitions don't really do anything, and for the most part they're just used to get people's information and solicit them for donations all the time. So, but anyway, I'm really tired. So anyway, so she instilled this idea in her kids, you know, like, oh, I always wanted that. And it really took the biological son, Adrian. So when they're teenagers, and basically Adrian was the first one to ask her out, because I'm calling him Tyrone just for now. I don't love the name. I need to pick something else, but I want to pick something that's actually like from, you know, the country, and we have to pick the country too. I don't know. I have to like research, because I want it to be somewhat based in reality. Like, I'm not going to specify the town that it's in. It's just some suburban town or whatever. But anyway, you know, Adrian was the first one to ask her out, and so Tyrone is just like, doesn't say anything. Is like, yeah, you go, bro. Anyway, so Adrian goes off to be with this, you know, Habitat for Humanity or whatever type thing, and for 2 years, and then he comes back. Greenpeace is a terrorist for ramming fishing boats. Ugh. Yeah, I think Greenpeace is the one that sucks. I can't remember what the one that actually helps people is called. But anyway, he comes back from that. Oh, and before he leaves, like a couple months into, and she's a year younger, so like when they're seniors, she's a junior, you know, and like a couple months after he announces, you know, oh, I'm gonna go, after I finish high school, I'm gonna go do this thing. Again, I don't love this name. I'm just gonna call him Tyrone for now until I pick something else. Tyrone asked to meet her at this park that, you know, they used to visit all the time as kids or whatever, and it's like, I have something really important I want to tell you. And she's like, okay. So she meets him, and he tells her, you know, I don't want to fuck up your thing with Adrian, you know, I love you both, I want you to be happy, blah blah blah, but I signed up for the Navy, I'm leaving next week, and I really have to tell you something before I leave. I love you. Like, I wish that I had been the one to ask you out first, but Adrian was, and, you know, I'm not going to get in the way of that, and I just really wanted to let you know that I felt that way. You don't have to do anything with it. So, you know, she's in shock. He goes off in the Navy, and then, you know, shortly after that, Adrian goes and does his Habitats for Humanity thing, and she just starts state college, and she doesn't even know what she wants to do with her life, so she, like, majors in accounting. I might change that, but she majors in accounting or whatever. And then the 2 years passes, and he comes back, Adrian, from the UNICEF. It's easier to say the Habitat. So he returns from UNICEF, and he's like, so, you know, he's like, I saw the world, and I saw all the devastation, all the bad stuff, and I want to fix all the things, and will you marry me and come out to live in a war-torn nation with me? And she's like, she still has like a year of school left, and she really doesn't want to, but she doesn't really know how to tell him that, and so she's just like, oh, let me finish, you know, let me focus on school. And so they're like that in a few months, and then he gets impatient and just goes, you know, just tell me, are you going to marry me and come with me to go live in this, you know, undeveloped nation. And she's just like, I'll be honest, I don't want to. I don't want to live in an undeveloped nation or whatever. You know, I really care. You know, I hate that there's all these people suffering in the world, but I don't want to move there. And he gets super mad and is like screaming, not screaming, but is like, you know, you're stupid, selfish, privileged, you know, you should go out and save people, but instead you're only concerned about yourself. And of course she gets mad, and it's like, part of it is she does feel guilty, but at the same time it's like, why is he calling her stupid and selfish? Like, that's not, that's not encouraging. So they break up, and then a couple months after that, and he gets like a, you know, just a IT job or whatever. He was helping set up internet and phones for small villages and stuff so that they had, you know, more communication. Anyway, so he gets like some small job, you know, doing IT for some small business that just happens to be, you know, before they broke up, he just happens to be near her college, where she's also in a apartment. And he claims that he's just, you know, fielding offers and deciding which one he wants to go into. But the truth is, he's still hanging out because he's still hoping that he can convince her to change her mind. And World Wildlife Fund, I mean, maybe. It's, well, like I was saying, the idea in my head is that he's setting up internet for villages. And I don't know, I have to research that more. But anyway, he's still trying to convince her. So they're broken up. He's being a pissant. She's really mad at him. And Tyrone comes home. And where the comic starts, again, according to my dream, I mean, this, you know, I had to like take the pieces of the dream and like kind of try to force it a little bit more linear, because dream's gonna dream. He comes home from the Navy to a welcome party, and he finds her in his bedroom, which, you know, the mom, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but basically, like, the mom took his upstairs bedroom and put it in the room downstairs because she figured he wants more privacy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm taking a lot of this from, like, my real life, where my husband was in the Navy, and when he got out, he was just sort of living with his mom for a little while, deciding what he wanted, you know, kind of relaxing for a couple of years because the Navy was horrible. And that's when I met him, and I kind of was like, I would like to have a future with you, and that's going to require you getting a job. So, you know, we got a job. But anyway, so she's sitting there on the bed at this welcome home party, like playing on her phone, trying to find a good out, because Adrian's there too, and Adrian's still being a dick to her. And Tyrone finds her, and he's like, oh, good, you know, I just want to say I'm really sorry for like telling you that I love you right before I left. That was really shitty of me. You know, I was only thinking of myself, and I was putting all this weird pressure on you, and I'm really sorry. And she tells him, you know, I feel bad that I ever agreed to start dating Adrian, because it threw everything off and it made it really hard for us to stay friends, and, you know, it must have been really hard on you or whatever. And they end up having this conversation where Tyrone is like, so I know I just apologized for that one shitty thing I did. I'm going to do another shitty thing. Now that you're broken up with Adrian, what do you think about us dating? And the thing is that she has always loved both of them. But, you know, nobody wants to hurt anybody, so it's, like, kind of difficult. But anyway, so she's like, okay. They end up kissing. Someone knocks on the door. They break apart, you know, or whatever. And she basically calls an Uber and leaves the party without telling anybody. And that night she writes an email to Tyrone. Every time I say it, I feel bad. I don't know why. I'm just like, I'm bad at naming characters. Anyway, like I was coming up with a name for the girls, and somehow they were all like, Jessica, Sarah. And I was like, no, I'm not going to name them after the mean girls that I grew up with. But, so she writes this email and is like, you know, I appreciate you taking the bravery to tell me this, and, you know, I don't, you know, I've never hated you, and I understand that, you know, I understand why you would have said that to me before you left, because it would have been hard for me not to say the same thing, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think we should do it while Adrian is still here, because it's going to hurt him. He says he's going to move back to that country, you know, or something similar soon. Why don't we just wait until that happens? and then we can, you know, go from there. And she doesn't get a response because it's, you know, they're at the party. And then, you know, a couple days pass, she still hasn't gotten a response. He might just not have seen it because it's an email. And then a couple days later, she gets a very terse text from Adrian who says, I was getting my stuff ready to move back to blah, 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 and I found your favorite sweatshirt or whatever, and I don't want any trace of you, you know, not that dramatic, but like, I just want to cleanly separate between us and not have any of your stuff, so I'd like to drop it off. And she's like, okay, you can come between classes. So she has a out, you know, and he comes over and she's like watering her plants and like, you know, avoiding looking him in the eye. And the first thing he says to her upon walking in is, so did you fuck him yet? And of course they have another fight, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's where I stopped writing because the kids were like being, you know, crazy. But like, I just had all these scenes and everything pop up into my head. Like when the boys were 9, their father, who was an EMT, died in a Jane Eyre. Is that Jane Eyre? Because that happens in what's it called? Vanity Fair. Also, I didn't think Jane Eyre was the one. Wasn't Jane Eyre the one where she was like in love with the guy who was like an asshole or something? I mean, there's like half the romance novels out there. But anyway, so the boy's father dies in a drunk driving accident, and the mom, who's like the super friendly, happy, you know, loves her family to death pieces kind of person, finds out that her husband was cheating with another woman for over a year. When this woman calls the house all frantic because she hasn't been able to get a hold of him, it's like, you know, I just wanted to see what happened to him. And she's like pretending like, oh, I'm his coworker or something. But she's so distressed that the mom, who I'm calling Susan, is like, you know, oh, what's your name? You know, I'll try to get, you know, I don't know, try to help you or whatever. So the woman says her name. And so Susan gets on, you know, Facebook or something like that and searches for this woman. And, you know, there's like videos she can play and stuff like that. So she finds someone with the same name in the same town. And like in the video, the voice sounds similar. And the picture, the profile picture of this person has her holding, oh, and the dad was, black person also. And in my head, again, all this could change as necessary. But anyway, so she sees the woman holding a mixed race baby and she goes, holy shit. And she calls the woman back and very calmly as she can, says, I just want to know one thing. Is that baby's father my husband? Because if it is, I'm going to help, you know, I'm going to pay child support on his behalf because it's not the baby's fault what the parents were doing to make that child. And of course the mistress, the woman, is completely taken aback by like, holy, like how good of a person are you that, you know, you would do child support for your cheating spouse's offspring? Like, holy shit. But it's not hers, it's a cousin's or something like that. So then the you know, the mom is like, okay, then we're done, have a good day. She literally was like, have a nice day. She hangs up, non-sarcastically. And she tries to keep it a secret from the boys because she doesn't want to like make their grief any more difficult or whatever. But then they find out, and so they're like, oh, we hate our dad, blah, 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 you know, anything. But anyway, so yeah, I just have all these scenes that popped in my head, and I just, yeah. But yeah, and I've been wanting to expand my drawing options anyway. You know, trying to draw different body types and stuff like that. And I'm always trying. See, we tend to default, especially when you're looking at most, you know, existing drawing guides and comic drawing guides and stuff like that, is they're very ethnocentric. They're very white. And I'm trying to figure out how to give the impression, because again, it's going to be like black and white. You know, there's no way I could do full color pictures every week. How to give the feeling of, you know, him being a black person, but without it looking like I'm doing, you know, goofy stereotypes or whatever. So I don't know. I figure I'll look at some of these, and it's like, see, to me, this feels like really exaggerated. But then again, that could just be the art style. I don't know. I'm trying to go more realistic, but not too realistic. And I picture him with dreads like this, but I meant to ask my husband, did they allow people of color to have long hair? Because, let's get back into horror. Well, about that, I need to ask Matthew if they let people of color have long hair in the Navy. I was thinking of making the character nuclear mechanic also, which my husband was, which you have to be really smart for. So, like, both boys are really smart. Just, you know, different focuses. If they let him have longer hair, I don't know. Because if he just got out of the military, it wouldn't make sense for him to have long hair. He'd probably have, like, a fade or something. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, I'm really tired. Anyway, so the original plan for today, to change gears entirely, I started talking, so we're going to San Diego in October. I rented the hotel room and the Airbnb. I just recently bought the train tickets, and you have to pay like 25% if you cancel them, so hopefully we don't cancel them. All this other stuff. And I started contacting some of the people I used to be friends with. Down in San Diego. And to my surprise, like, when I individually message people, not when I posted it, you know, just on the public timeline, but that makes sense because I did it on Facebook, which I don't use. I stopped using Facebook years ago, mainly because they kept banning me for for stupid reasons, but also because of the whole driving democracy into the trash kind of thing. But unfortunately, I have not really been able to find any other way of staying in contact with any of the people in San Diego because they don't use Twitter. Some of them use Instagram, but Instagram's owned by Facebook, stuff like that. And so I just was like, fine, I'll use Facebook again just to get in contact with people. Anyway, one of the people, she's really cool. Her name is Kamia. It's been a while, so I'm trying to remember if it's Kamia or Kamia. But anyway, she's really cool, and she is a gamer, and she does really cool cross-stitch. And we were talking about video games, and, you know, she's a PC gamer, which is nice, because most of the other gamers I know are all into console, which is fine, but, you know, streaming-wise, it's harder. And she was saying, like, oh, I'm really into rap. I was like, oh, people keep, you know, I've had a couple other streamers say they want to play that with me, but I've been holding off because I want to play it for the first time during a stream. And she's like, oh, I'd love to be part of your stream. So we were going to stream together, but she had to go, other reasons, didn't do it. We're going to try again next Saturday. So after she canceled, I tried to take a nap. Didn't work, so that's why I'm tired. Tired and headachy, so that's fun. Yeah, I got my second vaccine on Monday, and I was really hoping that it would cure my headache. So far, no luck, but maybe it'll happen in a couple of weeks. I'm not going to hold my breath. The sleep deprivation definitely doesn't happen. But anyway, so, yeah, she was saying that she also has Among Us and Phantasmagoria, I think it's called, which, you know, are two really popular games with streamers right now. I've played Among Us a couple times. I don't really find it that entertaining, especially the whole don't talk thing. Like, it's like, I play video games to socialize with people. If I can't talk, I might as well just be playing a video game by myself. But, yeah, the Phantasmagoria one I know is really popular, so maybe we'll do that one another time. And we're just going to start with video, or with audio, because she hasn't gotten a webcam yet, but she wants to get one. And she says people have been telling her she should stream as well. And I was like, yeah, I mean, from what I know, you're pretty friendly and funny. She's 38. I can't believe that. I thought she was, like, younger than me. Because I'm 35. But, yeah. So, I'll show you her picture. Because I was talking to her about... I was saying that I was going to make a little sidebar for her. Oops. Sidebar for her. Until she gets a webcam, and so I was like, we'll pick some pictures out, and I'm loading up our messages. Fuck my headache. It's election time, Multnomah County. I'm not in Multnomah. Alright. So she picked 4, and I was like, well, we'll try it. One of these you might... Twitch might not be too happy about. I'll just show it to you guys really quick. And if my Twitch gets banned, fuck it, whatever. Everything is trash. I'm trying to get up. It's taking a while to load. There we go. So these are the ones that she... Oops. Dang it. Okay. I'm just gonna open them up in separate windows. So she does cosplay. Obviously that was Faye from Cowboy Bebop. Here's another Faye, Comic-Con, San Diego. Here's the one that might get banned on Twitch. Even though there's nothing showing. And I mentioned, I was like, oh, we probably shouldn't use that one. And she's like, there's no nipple showing. I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's girls that have been banned on Twitch for, the outline of nipple showing on their shirts and wearing tank tops and stuff like that. Like, Twitch is garbage. She is crazy about Fallout. About the same as Emmerich is about Resident Evil, I would say. And then this one, I don't even know what cosplay this one is, but it's really pretty. But yeah, so we'll try again next week. I'm gonna tell her I'm chatting you up in the stream now. Getting the guys excited. We all talked a little bit about, I was mentioning, but if you're interested, because we're all very pro sex worker, pro sex positivity, that kind of thing. I'm not a porn star, but that doesn't mean I criminalize sex work. And she was saying, oh, I might be interested in doing some kind of, cam girl streaming. I was like, well, if you do, I can put you in contact with other cam girls that I know. And, from what I've observed, it's a very welcoming community as long as you do it with respect and consent and aren't there to insult or, give a bad name to them or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a way to make money. I think it's so stupid that, everyone, I don't really care for it, but everyone watches porn, and yet, porn stars are so demonized and stuff. Oh, another point about that, with the webcomic. So, a lot of webcomics now, to make money, they'll do smutty versions of their stuff. Even VG Cats does it, which is kind of funny, because it's like cartoony cat gamer cats, but furries will buy it, I guess. Anyway, and in my head, this comic, when it's when it's pertinent to the plot, it will show sex scenes. And part of that is because I don't think that, I think as part of being sex positive or whatever, similar to Free the Nipple, is you don't only show female nipples in a sexual scenario, and similarly, you don't only show sex in the, raunchy porn. Like, it should just be a natural part of a, covering a relationship. Like, you have, like, Game of Thrones, and it's like, the first season, it was all just, like, random lesbians having sex in the background. Like, it didn't really have any relevance to the plot. But then it's like they understood, oh, actually, if people care about the characters, it means more. So that's why, characters that have had this will they, won't they for 5 seasons, when they finally do it, it's more interesting. It's more arousing even, because you care about the characters. Anyway, so I was thinking I would do that, and I was thinking I would draw on Twitch when I'm doing not sexual pages, obviously, and then I should go over to Plexstorm when I stream the sexual one, and sell them, sell them as prints or something like that, and to make some money. So, anyway, dupe file in your computer. Oh no, like, that finished. The dupe thing finished really quickly. That's what I was deleting from, is like, it would show me the duplicated files, and I go to the folder and make sure that it was the same file and then delete one. Phantasmophobia, yeah. I thought that it'd keep the file browser off screen. Oh no, I know. I wasn't doing a file browser. I was opening up the Facebook conversation, but I did that on the other screen. I'm a little wiser. That's why I opened up is running. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that's why I opened up Photoshop first, so that it wouldn't be like most recent things and accidentally show something. Anyway, I should probably start drawing. I'm so tired. Okay. So I think that about covers it. We're going to try live streaming next week. Hopefully I will have more sleep then. She's going to introduce me to Raft. I'm going to watch the trailer for Phantasmophobia because I thought that it was VR.
I wanted more than a classroom experience. I wanted hands-on training to build skills for the real world. I also knew I needed to...
Hush. I mean, obviously people are... Yeah, it is VR.
Arrived at the location.
Alright, be careful, and let me know as soon as you find anything.
Or is there a non-solo version? Or non-VR version? Let's see. How is this game without VR? Desktop mode. It's not very good in VR, much better without VR. Big cater towards it. You guys would recommend which VR would be the best, the what? Playing not many batteries are charging is so much better. You only playing VR, these trainings are not playing VR. Graphics are blurry, moving is slow, blah blah blah. I mean, that might also be their computer that's slow. I don't know. Okay, I guess you can play it without VR. It's just all the streamers and stuff, of course, are playing in VR because they're all millionaires. Fucking whatever. You can be a millionaire if you work hard on your content. It's these freaking kids that were already rich. You guys know. You've heard me do the rant a million times. But it's the freaking, like, already rich 20-somethings that can hire a whole team to edit their videos and stuff straight out the gate, and you look at their most popular videos and it's them riding the coattails of someone else who's already famous. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get over that at VidCon if I ever do talk to any of these people. No, I won't. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't have anything in common with them. I don't want to do videos. It's like, oh, I'm so rich. Anyway, most people don't seem to be playing in VR. Haha, they aren't though. I mean, a lot of them are. Markiplier has like millions of dollars. Even Call Me Kevin, who's like one Let's Play I just randomly stumbled on one day, and I think he's hilarious. He's Irish. I looked him up. He's got millions of dollars. Like, obviously not all of them are, but a lot of the big ones are, which is fine if you work hard. I mean, and of course, you know, you get the team that edits for you. It's funny because the latest Amnesia, well, to finish my thought, even if I had the money to hire other people to edit for me, I probably couldn't. I'd be like, no, I must have all executive control. But that's why I'm not famous, because I have too much ego. You're not allowed to get the ego until after you're famous. Put new videos. Well, he probably bulk records them and then has somebody else, you know, edit it and whatever. And like back in the day when I did a lot of gaming videos, I didn't edit them. I would just put them straight up in pieces. And I don't know. Editing takes a lot of work. That's why I keep saying I like live streaming, because then I don't have to go back and edit it. Okay, so to answer your question, have I tried the latest Amnesia? I played a little bit of Machine for Pigs, which, you know, came out many years ago at this point. I don't like horror games. I don't enjoy playing horror games. With the exception of if I like the mythos. So like, you know, I love the stories of Silent Hill. I can't play it because I'm too scared, but I do love the story. I like watching horror more because then I don't have to do anything. Podcast. I know, don't remind me. Anyway, I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, But anyway, Matthew got his computer now, so at least I can start editing stuff a little bit. It'd be nice if I didn't have this headache, but see, I'm in a catch-22 where if I got enough people watching to make it worth putting myself through the distress of playing a horror game, then I play a horror game. But if I played a horror game, then I'd be more entertaining, so I'd get more people. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, competition out there, so even if I do torture myself playing horror games, there's no guarantee it'd be worth anything. I suppose I could stream it and film the stream and then edit it down to video so I can squeeze at least a little bit more content as I go out of that, but I don't know. I've been doing the YouTube thing for fucking decade and a half, and I just really don't want to spend energy doing stuff that's not fun anymore. And for those of you who didn't hear me already say this, that's a big reason why I'm not gonna do Topless Toppings anymore. Aside from, you know, maybe throwing the audio only on a static, completely you know, just text-only static picture that's like, talk to topics or whatever, and they'll probably still take it down because, you know, fucking hater brigade. But anyway, I'm not going to make any new content for that, and I was slowly going through my email, and then the kids invaded, so I only got through like 10 emails, but I haven't touched my OnlyFans in so long. I've just told them, I put posts and I was like, hey, my mom died, I have a lot of shit on my plate, and this is just not a very high priority to me. So, you know, I told everyone I stopped updating the monthly one at the start of the year, and I only did the pay per post one. I only have a few posts on there, but, so it's not like they're paying and not getting anything for it. But anyway, yeah, I'm just not going to do it anymore because it's just been a slog of dealing with the nonsense, bans and everything. I don't get to just concentrate on doing videos. So I'm going to try to just do videos and not spend so much time. I'm not even gonna really promote them. Like I'll post, you know, post to the Facebook page that I made for Sarah Got Game about it and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm just gonna concentrate on getting more videos out and making sure that I have fun with them. If I do put energy into promoting stuff, it's gonna be for my son's channel, which I go back and forth if I want to never mention it on my Sarah Got Game and obviously Topless Topic stuff, because I'm worried that it'll cause problems for his channel if people are like, wait, she's a cam girl, which I'm not. That's the whole point. She's a cam girl and she has a channel for her child, or she's abusing him. Even though the videos, I'm not even like doing anything in the videos. It's all him and his, you know, he's the star or whatever. But who knows? People are weird. I've already had, you know, people threaten just over my topless stuff that the fact that I'm topless in front of my kids means that they should be taken away for child abuse. Apparently. Yeah. Anyway. So much fun stuff. Did that answer your question? How I played the latest Amnesia. Yeah. Basically, you know, maybe we'll try Raft. If I can get Kamia to be able to play with me next week, we'll try Raft. We'll get her a webcam, and then maybe we'll be worth playing a horror game, and I'll edit it down too. So, all right, I'm gonna try to draw now. I'm gonna scoot this computer over, whoop, and I'm gonna move my second monitor over. This desk is a little bit small. I bought it online, so I didn't have a size comparison when I bought it. And I mean, it's fine. It's a good little desk. It's a good little desk. Good desk. I approve of you. I don't know what that voice was, but yeah, I don't know. And I moved the big heavy desk that was in our bedroom. I moved out into the living room, and that's the one that, you know, Matthew's new desktop is on, and I'm trying to edit videos and watch the kids at the same time. So now our bedroom is basically empty, and so I'm thinking of getting a second L desk and putting it in there, and then eventually I'd like to get to a point where I can keep the bedroom door open, and, you know, when I'm gaming with Matthew, be able to have my bedroom door open. The problem is that the kids get into everything, and I don't like letting them into the bedroom because they will like climb into the closet. They keep thinking the closet are monkey bars and stuff like that, and it's easier to just keep them out of the room entirely. But maybe as they get older, that'll become more of an option. And then same thing with my art shed, which I lost the key to. But if people want to steal like old acrylic paint and hot glue gun, go nuts, I guess. Anyway, same thing. I'm kind of not going in there except to grab stuff really quickly until my cabinet that I ordered months ago, it still hasn't been delivered because COVID, that I can put a slide lock on or something and make it so that, you know, only I have the key or whatever to open it, so the kids can be in there with me without totally destroying everything. I wonder what the new Winco, what the new Wacom tablets are like, the non draw on the tablet, because I don't know, I haven't tried it in a long time, but going to graphic design school and stuff, every time I tried to draw on the pad, I just really didn't like it. For one thing, your hand is covering part of the screen, and I like the fact that when I'm drawing, you know, down here and I'm looking at the screen up here, I don't have to worry about anything getting covered up. So what are you cooking today, Ian Brew? Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't started talking about what you're cooking. You always come in here and talk about cooking, and then you make me really hungry. Oh, we did have our celebratory dinner last night. I had been wanting to, you know, once I had my vaccination second shot, so that we were all, I don't know why I did that, so that we were all vaccinated. I wanted to go out to eat dinner as a family, and I really wanted to go to a pasta place down in Portland, but my dad gets really nauseous and anxious if he leaves the house, so we just went to the fish house place down the street. And it was funny because when we got there, it was like a 20 to 30 minute wait, they said, but they had this big grassy hill, so, and I had brought the iPad and stuff, like thinking ahead, because the kids go crazy if you try to get them to sit still for 5 seconds. And they started rolling down the hill, and Matthew started rolling down the hill with them. And the server comes out and is like, your table's ready. And Matthew's just like rolling down the hill with the kids going, ah! It's just funny. But yeah, we sat down to eat, and unfortunately my dad started looking unhappy, and I was like, what's wrong? And he said, oh, I didn't take any pain pills. And so I was like, well, there's a CVS, or there's a Rite Aid down the street a little bit. I'll go get you some. He's like, no. It's like, it's fine. You know, we're waiting for the food to come or whatever. So I go there. It's only like 3 or 4 blocks, but I'm like speed walking, and I get a stitch in my side, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm out of shape. But I got the stuff, and then while I was waiting in line, the person in front of me, as they were checking out, the person checking out, the cashier was like, oh, are you vaccinated? And the person's like, yeah, why? And she's like, oh, because then you get this $5 discount. And so then when I got up to a different cashier, I was like, hey, I'm vaxxed, you know, I'm actually having dinner, can I get the thing or whatever? And so they gave me the thing, and so we had this like mini conversation, the 2 cashiers, the other customer, and me, like comparing our reactions to the shot. I didn't have any at all. I had nothing. Like I had a little bit of soreness in my arm, and that was it. To the point where I'm gonna ask if I can get an antibody test to make sure it wasn't a dud, because maybe that's why it didn't help with my headache. Maybe I got a dud. Anyway, so I had a little conversation, and we got back, and the kids were going crazy, and Matthew was trying to get them to you know, not be crazy, and even with the iPad and their drawing tablet, you know, just, it's the one where it's like magnetic pieces of metal, and you draw with the pen, like an Etch-a-Sketch, but not an Etch-a-Sketch, because those things are really frustrating. And but the old days, you know, before we had the pen kind, I don't know. So like when my food came, and they had already like half eaten theirs, and I was just like trying to eat as fast as I could. So it wasn't really that nice in that sense. But you know, taking kids into restaurants, it's a difficult thing because they weren't crying, for one thing. They weren't being loud. They were just crawling all over on the table, the booth, and everything. You can't teach kids how to behave in restaurants if you never take them into restaurants. So, like, I understand when people are frustrated that a kid is being noisy, but at the same time, it's like, trust me, the parent is more upset than you are. Like, the parent is most likely trying to keep their kid in check, and it's just kids are going to be kids. So, it's annoying, but suck it up. That's my attack. My attitude. Okay, have I looked at the X Pen graphics tablet? Etch-a-Sketch. I have not. Is that like a not wake up thing? Huh. Oh, they got the giant. See, that's, I don't know. Like, maybe there's like a rent equipment thing or something. Wait, you can do it on your phone? Swooshy sounds! Oh, I like the adjustable hands. See, that's why I got, this is actually a different model of the pen I got, an airbrush model. And Haven't noticed that much of a difference. Well, sure, it looks cute, but how well does it actually work? Excellent tablet for the money. I honestly love this tablet for the price compared to Cintiq. You really do end up paying so much just for the Wacom name. I couldn't justify that. I use Wacom exclusively. I can only see myself settling for the Cintiq when I finally displayed to a distasteful, but I'm very excited to make the change. First I thought having to charge the pens was going to be big and chunks, blah blah blah, I draw a lot. And it was about a month where I had to change mine. Weight-wise, the pen feels very similar to my Intuos Pro pen. Feels like a decent boy. Outer layer rubbing does not flip flush against the pen buttons. Don't like the liver, blah 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 blah. You can't program the buttons on the pen to do anything other than the mouse clicks. I don't really care. First display drawing tablet. See all buying options. Oh yeah, I need to buy from Matthew. I wouldn't want to buy through Amazon anyway. What size is this one? I don't know. I have this one. I have my old giant one that was like $700 when I bought it, and it works fine. I don't use it enough, so I've like lost all ability to draw with it, but it is very big. And it's not, you know, it's not a display one, so I should probably try. I should probably look into it, but oh, the other thing that's sucky is our cat is acting weird. Our super fat 16-year-old Daphne, I'm looking her over there, her ears twitching, so no, she's not dead, but she, when we got home from eating dinner, she was upstairs like moaning, and I thought maybe that Rosie, our other cat, was up here and they were just like hissing at each other, but Rosie was down there with us, and so she was just like making this weird moaning sound, and she's a pretty noisy kitty, like she meows if you like look at her, so that normal meow isn't that big of a deal, but and she was peeing up here, actually. So I wet vacced up here yesterday. And I put puppy pads around, which we put around the cat box because for some reason they like to poop right outside the cat box. But that's in the garage. Anyway, and I checked the puppy pads today, and there was a little bit of blood spotting on one of them. So I made an appointment for Monday for the vet. I'm really anxious about it because I feel like every time I go to the vet, it ends up being hundreds of dollars, even just on testing and stuff. And Dad and I were talking about it, and it's like, if it's going to be thousands of dollars to save her from something, like, we can't afford that. Like, she's already 16, and it's just, that's a lot of money to spend on an animal that's not going to live for much longer anyway. And I went through it with my dog when he had this weird skin growth all of a sudden, and they were like, it might be cancer, and if it's cancer, you know, you're going to have all this money to get chemotherapy or whatever. And I was just like, if it's cancer, I'm putting him down, because that's tens of thousands of dollars on a dog. Like, I love him, but no. But it went away on its own, luckily, so that was a small piece of goodness, but yeah, I don't know. Pets are complicated. They are family. You love them, but you also have to be realistic about how long they live. And in my opinion, unless you're a millionaire, spending tens of thousands of dollars trying to get cancer treatments for your animal that's only going to live 4 or 5 years more at max is crazy. And people are like, oh, you should get care credit, blah, blah, blah. You still have to pay it. Like, it's just stretched out, but it's still paying tens of thousands of dollars. Anyway, happy conversation. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just a bladder thing and she can take some pills for it. I don't know. I'm expecting bad news though, because like I said, every time we go to the vet, it's like hundreds of thousands or hundreds of dollars, not thousands of dollars. I'm always afraid it's going to be thousands of dollars. Yeah, okay. Trying to adjust the camera a little bit. Their own journeys. Yeah. God, this headache, man. It just won't go away. I felt like it was getting slightly better, and then today it went back to bad, and I don't know how much of that is just exhaustion and how much is, you know, just the headache. I don't know. Hey, try to remember to drink lots of water, just in the off chance it helps. Twitch gift card. Interesting. Let's put that on my wish list, my Pinterest wish list. I don't even know how all the different models. Create QR code. What is that? What is that? I guess I'll use that picture. Save it to my wish list. I have too many damn Pinterest boards. Alright. Okay. I just saved my first pin. Shut up. How to draw black guys comics. There we go. Let's do it. Let's find a reference, and I would love to have 3 monitors, because then I could have the chat rooms over here and a reference, and yeah. Now if I used Matthew's computer, I probably could have 3 monitors, but I don't think I could with this computer. Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty powerful. I was a little disappointed when I started. I edited down a old live stream. I made an uncensored version for a library where I have to re-encode it, whatever. And then I did one where I took the whole thing and I just put it down where it's just my head up, and then I put on the top, you know, live streams every Saturday, blah blah blah. And I'm nervous about it because, as we know, I've had completely censored things where the whole thing is just a mosaic. My whole Tom's Topic show, my alternate account, got obliterated with 0 previous strikes and all purely censored stuff. And no, I know what a QR code is. I was just wondering why there was an option for that. Like, do you put it on your phone and it saves it to your phone, maybe? That would be cool. I'm curious. What I don't know. What is that? By the way, you'll please be pleased to know that I started using Firefox on the new computer. I'm still switching over on this computer because I have all the bookmarks, and I know, blah, blah. I keep want to reorganize. So many things, so many tasks to do. I have been still trying to get stuff done with my mom's thing, which another delightful thing. You guys, Zan knows because he saw me saying it on Twitter and Mastodon and stuff, but we had to fill out this. So my mom retired from the USPS, and when she died, my dad's still supposed to get a good chunk of her retirement, and you do everything through the Office of Personnel Management, which it turns out Trump tried to dismantle, and then the Justice, or some judge, probably not the Justice Department because Barr is a lapdog, but said that he couldn't, but he still made it easier to fire people for, you know, partisan reasons, just like, I don't like you. Fired. Anyway, so you have to do everything through the Office of Personnel Management, and their website is broken. Like, none of the links work. Trying to get through the phone is near to impossible. It doesn't even let you leave a message or, you know, wait for a callback or, you know, go on a wait or anything. It just goes, sorry, this line is busy, click. And I've used the contact form, and I've gotten back like 1 or 2 messages, but it always takes weeks to get back. Point being, finally got it from them that we had to fill out these 2 forms, and they had to be extremely exact. There couldn't be a single stray mark. Luckily, I was able to print the form off the internet instead of have to wait for them to send it to me every time. But the first one that they sent, I didn't know that. We filled it out. We like accidentally wrote my dad's first name when you're supposed to write his last name, scratched it out, put the new one, found out that they'd reject it, and they had a stamp on the thing. And because they're so persnickety, to put it lightly, about this, I asked when I did get someone on the phone, I was like, can we just photocopy this, you know, basically do it in whiteout and then photocopy it? And she's like, oh, they probably won't take it. So I had to print out a clean one, and it literally took like 5 tries to get it on there without a stray mark or any, you know, accidental letters or whatever, because it's a lot of little tiny lines and it's like a 4-page form. And they said to put it with the original form and then a small explanation of why we're sending both of them. So I did that, and it has to go in a very specific pink folder that they have to send to you. So we did, and I put a forever stamp on it, which I thought the whole forever thing meant that it would cover a letter, you know, forever. That's why it's called the forever stamp. But apparently you need 3 of them because we got it back with a stamp on it that says return for postage, and then someone wrote $1.40 on it. Apparently, and I googled it. Apparently, Forever Stamp is worth 55 cents, so you have to have like 3 of them. And now I'm like, so I can put the extra postage and try again, but because they marked up the envelope, does that mean they're just going to send it back to me again, or are they going to reject it? I mean, if they're so big on rejecting it. So I'm trying to get a hold of them and ask them to send us a new pink envelope so I can send it back, but it's so hard to get a hold of them, and I haven't been able to do that yet. And also, everything they fucking do takes months, weeks to months. And there's already a huge delay on this because they said that processing will take 3 to 6 months, and we won't even know if they reject it or not until they start processing it. So, at this stage, we didn't even get them to send the letter yet. But once we send the letter, we're still waiting another, 30 days or more. I think she said 60 days. It was like, oh, you can call in 60 days and see if they got it, to even know if they accepted it. Because if they didn't accept it, we're going to have to do the whole thing again. Blah, 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 blah. Point being, it's very good that, it will be a big help when my dad someday maybe does get the retirement, and supposedly they'll pay all the months that they didn't pay, so that'll be a nice fat check. But for the time being, he's completely dependent on us. And I know he feels bad about it. I just keep telling him not to worry about it. He was raised in foster care, and it gave him a lot of, feeling abandonment syndrome things that he still carries with him many decades later and stuff like that. And I'm just like, Dad, there's nothing that could happen where we would just dump you. Like, we're never going to do that. Anyway, so, just the bullshit never ends. And yet I got people on OnlyFans going, where's my porn? Like, first of all, I have said I won't do porn. I will never do porn. I don't have anything against the people who do porn, but I'm not going to do porn. I'll draw porn because I don't, I'm trying to expand my drawing horizons and whatnot. And also, again, I don't have anything against sex work, but I personally, with this body, will not do porn. Fuck them. That's another big reason I'm not going to do topics anymore, because I'm tired of it literally doesn't matter what I say, because 99% of the people are just clicking on for tits. And yeah. Alright. Let's look for some good. See, this is too cartoony, but let's read it. I want to read this. It looks interesting. But first, African boy names. I want to pick something better than Tyrone. Let's see. Oh boy. You got Chadwick Boseman and let's see. Black Panther cast. I don't know. Chadwick sounds like English. I don't know. You got some Lupita Nyong'o, Letitia Wright. So actually Lupita Nyong'o is one of the only ones that sounds not Anglo-Saxon. I guess Denai Guerrera is a little bit Kaluuya, stuff like that. Wow. I don't remember all these people in the movie, but okay. Kasumba. A lot of female names. We need male names. Let's see. Apparently there's a lot of women in the series that I never noticed. Who plays M'Baka? M'Baku? There we go. M'Baku. I don't remember his name. Winston Duke. Well, that's not that's not a good name. I don't know. T'Challa. I don't want to actually steal a name straight from Black Panther. I don't want to get into any kind of legal. Oh, Letitia. If only you hadn't come out as anti-vax. Fred Rippington. Because he is from one of these other countries. That's an important thing, is he's actually from one of these other countries. That's why he has, and by American standards, unusual name. I don't know. Boys. Let's see. Amare, Ayo, Adoya, Ayodele, Bako, Burko, Boipelo, Bongani. I don't like the sound of a lot of these. Cayman alligator. So the Cayman alligator is the alligator. It's kind of funny. Cranston Snort. Ayomide. Happiness is coming. That is a possibility. Because he's a happy-go-lucky kind of character. He's a lot like his adoptive mom. Possible black boy. I'm just say possible African boy names. And I feel like I'm really anxious about it because I don't want to do a bad job. I don't want to be, you know, offensive or anything. But the problem remains that as long as, well, I guess, you know, not counting manga, American comic artists and movie producers and book writers and everything are predominantly white. And as long as we don't, not we, imposter syndrome, but as long as the main creators just avoid having any people of color at all, it's never going to become normalized. It's never going to become, you know, people sympathize with what they see on TV and stuff like that. So it's very important on the mission to familiarize people with people of color beyond the stereotypes or whatever, is to have them in everyday media instead of it always being like, there's jokes about, you know, like, black actors can only find work on slave movies is like the joke that I've heard some of them say. I can't remember who said it, but, and it's, unfortunately, it's kind of true. Like, you don't see a lot of movies. That's why, like, Black Panther was so revolutionary in that it was, you know, predominantly black characters. I mean, by a big point, the couple of white characters in it really stick out. And, you know, you had all the fanboys being like, oh, it's not gonna do well because it's, you know, it's political or whatever, and then it ended up doing really well. And I mean, it is a good movie and I like it and I need to watch it again, because the first time I watched it, we accidentally sat in the alcohol part of the theater, because we didn't realize it's the theater at the mall, and there's an entrance downstairs and the entrance upstairs. I thought it was all the same. Turns out the upstairs is the alcoholic seats, which are on its own terrace all the way in the back, and there's like a little railing kind of thing, and you have to like lean forward like this to see over the railing. So yeah, I wasn't very comfortable, and I was like super far away too, and I didn't know at that point that I have prism, which is why my eyes kind of don't focus middle distance on. So like I'm like trying to focus on it. So that wasn't great. And then the second time I tried to watch it was at home with the kids screaming and everything. So I need to have a movie night with no kids and no straining my eyeballs and just watch it. But anyway, point being that I'm very nervous about doing it wrong. I'm going to try to be very transparent. And I mean, I never stick with my ideas anyway, so I'm just going to talk about this webcomic and it's never going to come to existence. But just in case it actually does come to existence, you know, I'm going to ask for lots of feedback and I'm going to do my best to make it, you know, positive representation. And to be honest, as I was writing down the notes of the scenes and everything, Adrian, the biological white guy, comes off as a huge dick. Like, it was like, it wasn't much of a love triangle. It was like, why would you be with him? He's an ass. Just be with, you know, I was calling him Tyrone. But, so I need to think about that more and make Adrian a little more sympathetic. Otherwise, it's going to be very, you know, frustrating. It's like, there's this one manga I read a long time ago, and it's something I've noticed in multiple manga, and it drives me crazy. A lot of times the girl will be in relationships with shitty ass guys who are like very controlling or whatever, and I guess it's because she doesn't like confrontation or something like that. But you read it and you're just like, this happens in real life too much. I don't want to read this in, you know, I don't want to, my escapism, I don't want it to have this. And maybe it's also a, you know, Japanese culture thing where, you know, you're supposed to be not, you know, they have the misogyny that we do in some ways to a whole other extreme. Anyway, I don't want to do that. You know, in my head, Jess is non-confrontational in the point where she doesn't like to cause fights. I mean, who does? Well, there are people that like to cause fights, unfortunately. Like trolls on the internet. But anyway, but I don't want it to be like that. I don't want her to be with Adrian if he's a shithead. So I want it to be more like when he says that stuff to her, it's because he's angry. And again, I'm taking from my personal life. As you guys know, I'm very blunt about my personal life, and I have had some pretty bad fights with my husband. And I do think, I feel like kind of the same way where I think that, I definitely think that my husband's a good person. I just think that he lacks empathy. And it's not really like it's not like he chooses not to care about people. It's just he's very, and it's 99% sure he has autism, and you know, I probably do too. I fit a lot of the criteria, and it's just a thing where, you know, you just have a hard time seeing the world through other people's eyes sometimes. And I mean, it's, you know, every person's different. It's not a linear path. It's a spectrum, and everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, even if you're not, you know, on the autistic spectrum. Anyway, so this Adrian character, you know, I want it to be more like these fights that he has, it's because he's super upset. And that's not an excuse to be a shithead, you know. I'm not saying, oh, blame the anger, you know, it's like, oh, I didn't mean it, whatever. I'm trying to find the balance between realistically having flaws but not being a bad guy, you know, not being so unlikable that you're like there's like shows and stuff that I can't watch because I don't like any of the characters, and I don't know how anyone can like watching those, because I don't know, I have to have at least one character that I like, otherwise I just how many female black guys say Uhuru was such an, oh, I know, like like that's the thing too. And it's like, I can relate in a very small degree. I can relate to that kind of thing as far as women in video games, as far as female characters in video games. Like, people are like, oh, we've had women in video games all along. Look at Lara Croft. I'm like, yes, a rich, super big boobed, like, sexy, you know, like, I like playing like characters like that too, but I don't like that to be my only fucking choice if I want to be a female character. But we're just so desperate for representation that we'll take what we can get. And that's why when I think are better transcenders as far as female characters in games are like Alex from Half-Life. For one thing, she's not wearing a freaking bikini, which is nice. Or, you know, Aloy in Zero Horizon Dawn. And one thing that I love about Aloy as well, at least as far as I can remember, nobody really makes a comment about her being a woman. Like, there's no like, oh, you're surprisingly fierce for a woman. In fact, they just talk about her people. I can't remember what they're called. Nora. The Nora people, they're like, oh, you know, they're all savages or whatever, because they're such an isolated tribe that people sort of have these made up images about that. But, you know, she's this fierce, strong, you know, but not like butch, you know. I mean, which is fine too. Like, that's the thing. Give us choices, you know. Some of you guys and me were having a conversation where, like, I think it was Emrich that said it, like, why are there even any games now that don't have character creations? Unless it's like a very specific story-driven thing, maybe I could see it. But for anything where it's choose your own hero, you know, choose your own path, yeah, give us a character creator. Like, come on. Come on, GTA. You're on GTA 5 and it's been going forever. You've been cranking out new online content for years. Like, you have some strong female characters on the side. Are you really that scared that you're going to scare off your base if you have a single, you know, maybe it's because, you know, well, like in GTA 5, they have the mafia, the ex-mafia guy, they have the, like, crazy asshole guy, and then they have the ex-gangster who, you know, gets pulled back into a life of crime guy or whatever. He actually is my favorite character. I feel much more sympathy for him than I do for the ex-mafia guy who's, like, living the life off the money that he earned. He has, like, the bratty kids. And then, of course, I don't like the crazy middle-aged guy because I'm not a troll on the internet. Anyway. Just give us choices. That's all we want. It's getting hot in here. That was one thing I was saying about Daphne when she was acting weird. I was like, maybe it's just hot because it gets really hot up here, but she likes to stay upstairs. I presume to get away from the kids. Okay, so we got Ayomide. I don't know how to say it. Ayotunde. Comeback of Happiness. Ayotunde. Ayomide or Ayotunde? She calls him Ayo. I mean, it's kind of cute, right? Ayo. Sounds like Ayo. Let me actually, no. I'll just open up the actual document that I made. That makes sense. So the title I was floating, and I don't think I'm going to go with it because it makes it sound incestual, but was my brother / my lover. Let's see. Ayomide. Happiness is coming. Ayo. Tunde. A comeback of happiness. What is the difference between those? Comeback of happiness. So let's keep looking. See what our other choices are. I gotta reopen the thing every time. Actually, you know what? I'll just pop it over here. Oh no! Don't read my notes. All right. Burko. Don't like the sound of that. Cayman Islands. Chibuzo. God give me direction. Strength of God. Power of God. God. I don't like God. Desta. Pleasure. Ooh. Dakari. That's kind of cool. What was Dakari? Makes me want to say Drakari. Exalt. Meh. Dubaku. Child born 11th. Such a boring name. Alright. Akene. Acclaimed. Maybe. Let's get that. View. Web layout. There we go. Making the text huge, trying to cut down on my... I didn't break it up into paragraphs. I was just like trying to bang it out before the kids make me forget everything. Comeback of happiness. Let's see. Possible names. Pissable names. Possible names. This is a really boring stream. I'm sorry. I just... Like last stream, I didn't even really feel like playing video games. And I'm tired and my head hurts. Okay? Ekene. Acclaimed. Amika. Faraji. Raji. Femi. Falami. Imau. Spiritual leader. Imari. Faithful or loyal. I've heard of Imari as a female name. Faithful or loyal. That one has possibilities. Jabari, courageous. Jahim, Jazz, Jelani, unclear. That sounds like an unfortunate name. Jojo. Definitely not Kanye. Kari, like a king. Kofi, child born on a Friday. Kojo, money born. Kwame, I've heard of Kwames. Kwanzaa, Lakan, my wealth is growing. McKenna, Masego. McKenna, this sounds like a girl's name. Mosi, Nuru, filled with light. I kind of like that. Actually, no, I don't like it. I want a strong name. Olamide, my wealth has come. Olenilekan. Olufemi, Olufunke, Onkeya, that. Rutendo, Simba, Talib, Tatenda, Tuma, Tumelo. Tuma's kind of cute. Tuma, let's put that in the possibilities. Tuma, everlasting or forever. I used to go to, what was it called? Cavallarian philosophy, I think, or something like that, where basically they say, like, your name determines your personality, and obviously I don't give a hoot about that part, but I did use it to kind of give me ideas for character names, where I would, like, think of the character, and then I would look through the names and, like, try to pick one that was sort of similar to what I, you know, like, it would help me pick between a whole bunch of different choices, and it was like, okay, well, I like this name, and it sounds like my character, so I'm going to go with this one. Wakesa, Zaire, Zuberi. Okay, that was a really short list. Let's look for a longer list. Oops. How about Afghan, or Sudanese? Where is Sudan? No, Sudan, not Sudanese. Sudan map. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to say, I think it's in the north more. Right across from Saudi Arabia. Congo, Nigeria, Ghana. I'd like to go to Africa someday. But I don't want to be like a gross tourist that, you know, makes things weird. I'd want to go and actually like observe things as they are. Fascinating names. Boy names. Abdul Batin, Abu Hanifa, Abdul Karim. I mean, I like Karim, but I feel like there's a lot of Karim. Amani. I like Amani too, but Autumn is mostly Arab. Yeah. Well, maybe he's half Arab. I don't know. Amani. Desires, aspirations, or wishes. Amin. Yeah, let's look at Nigerian names. Abegunde, Abeo, the bringer of happiness. I like that one. God, I'm getting too many choices. Abeo, the bringer of happiness. It's good that there's so many names that mean happiness, because that's like, the character is very happy. Like, Adebi, Adebuale, Adedayo. The crown has turned to joy. Interesting. I still kind of like Io, what was it? Iomide? Or Iotunde? Comeback of happiness, Iotunde. Akachuku, Akin, Akuna Matara. Amaichi, I don't know how to say that. Amandi. Trust no one who doesn't trust anyone. So, Amandi means trust no one, but Amani means desires, aspirations. Amobi, who knows the heart of a man. Interesting. Anozie. Arinzekchukwu. I would not want to be a teacher trying to spell that. Azi, youth. Azubuike, strength gained from experience in the past. Bako, Banjoko, Banke Chukwu. I should probably stop trying to say these aloud. I'm no doubt butchering them. Chibundu. I don't want one that means God. I don't. Okay. I'm skipping all the God ones. Okay. Debare, Durojaye, Ebhalamim, Ikon, Inofe, one who is rich. Idogbe, second child born after 20. So many like boring meanings. Names are, I don't know. I feel like you break down names and a lot of them are not that interesting. Like so many are like born on the Friday. Oh boy, a bunch more about God. Kimba, strength of the nation. Kambili, that's kind of cute. Let me live or I shall live. Interesting. Kamfichi, let me worship God. Nope. God. Maduka, people are worth more than riches. That's kind of cute. Put that. Oops. Where is it? Maduka, people are worth more than riches. Mongo, yeah. Nudule. Hope this one makes it! Oh my god! I hope that doesn't mean like something you name a baby after you've had babies die. Oh man, what a depressing name. Oh man. Obie Fune. Nigerian word meaning do not lose hope. That's kind of cute. I don't like that name though. I like the meaning, but I don't like the name. Ochuko, Hindu name of Krishna. Well, at least there's something that's not the Christian god. That's interesting. Okorie, born on Oreo market day. No, that's boring. Tayo, boy full of happiness. That's a contender. Except that of course that's the name of the Japanese bus. Tayo, full of happiness. That'd be kind of funny if people are like, what? Why would she name him that? No, it's not that. Zoma, One Born Journey Journey. Where's the next page? Where's the next page? Really? There's no more. Okay. Stupefying! Okay. Those sound very Christian. Here's some. Abegunde, Abeo, Bringer. I like Abeo. Adebi. What's the name of the guy from Good Place? I'm blanking. Chibi? Oh my god, I can't remember his name. Chidi! There you go. Chibi. I didn't think it was Chibi. A really black or dark individual. No. Brave Heroic, My Own Life. Yeah, these are Christian. Come on, man. Give me some more ideas. Alo, Ayo, Full of Happiness. Maybe just Ayo. I know, this is boring. Suck it up. Ayomide, Ayotunde. I just keep coming back to Ayotunde. I feel bad because I've been looking at these names, but okay, here. Okay, let's do a vote. Let's do a vote. I don't think anyone is even watching this Twitch stream anymore besides Zan, but all right. Do a poll. Add a poll. Create new poll. What should I name the Black Brother character? And it's not brother like calling everyone brother, it's literally the brother. Okay, Ayotunde, Comeback of Happiness. Or let's just say Happiness Comes. Or Amani, Desires, Wishes, Maduka, Abeo, Bringer of Happiness. I don't have room for typing this stuff. Tayo, Boy Full of Happiness. I'm just gonna cut out. Okay, let's give it one more choice. I guess Maduka. People worth more than riches. There we go. Duration. Let's do 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. We got a poll going. For the one person watching. Whatever. We're having fun here. Kind of gives a different spin to the name Hope. Yeah. Hope they don't die. Alright, so let's read this comic. This looks interesting. People like to draw themselves, which is why as kids most of us draw self-portraits of ourselves and our families, but eventually step out of our comfort zone. For me, that involved a lot of lizard monsters, bodybuilders, and cat people. Among all those drawings of cat people, there's something you might never have gotten around to drawing. Black guys. Now, you don't have to explain to yourself to me. I am literally a drawing of a black guy. I am incapable of judging you, but even if I could, I understand there might be a bit of anxiety around drawing black guys. Maybe if I went to school with bodybuilders and cat people, I would have been less confident in my ability to render them. That's what you think of me? I am extremely offended. I'm a black guy, and welcome to How to Draw a Black Guy. The comic for everyone who has ever asked, how do I draw? Oh yeah, let me save this, by the way. Art, I guess? Sure, art tools. Okay. First tip is really easy, but people always struggle with it. Listen close. Avoid drawing these 3 types of characters, even if you're clever. The witch doctor, the tribesman, and the buffoon. Identifying the third one may be challenging. Even the name buffoon isn't quite right. It's just every other name for it is combatively racist. Yeah, there's like the word like bojangled or something like that. I can't remember, but basically I understand what they're talking about. The comic character. Oh my god. Oh, that hurts to look at. The buffoon was used to make black people look dumb, lazy, subservient, and expendable. Is that Hearth? It looks familiar. I can't remember what it is. Jesus. It's like Disney put, you know, the original Fantasia and Dumbo and a few others under. You have to be on an adult account. You can't watch them from a kid account. And it puts a thing at the beginning saying that, you know, when it was drawn, they didn't, you know, the reason they're keeping it up now is that they don't want to hide their past and admit that they want to admit what they did wrong so that we can get better or whatever. Song of the South is still impossible to find though, because that one's just too racist. But anyway, there's also a link. Yeah, apparently in a lot of Japanese shows and stuff too, they do a lot of blackfaces, which is just really bad. Vaudeville blackface performance and the troubling way cartoons were designed in the early years of animation. Am I going to get my Twitch banned for looking at this comic? But why should history affect how you draw? Maybe we should get over it and move on. Heck, you might be using the buffoon to lampoon that history and individual, or actually depict a black guy who happens to be buffoonish. Well, your audience doesn't know that. It's likely to come off as you reaffirming your social status based on historical standards. I don't like that. I don't like how I said that. Can I get an example? You're someone's assistant. Your boss asks you to deliver a package. Take this to 123 4th Street. After a while, your boss begins to refer to you as her delivery boy. I'm going to send my delivery boy right over. Why does it sound demeaning? What? You make deliveries and you're a boy. Delivery boy feels demeaning because of its title's history. Titles like that often leave people with the sinking suspicion that their boss wants them to know their place. Yeah, there was literally, I can't remember who it was, but there was like it's like a black army commander or something like that, and there was this Republican guy that was above him. I don't think it was even above him. It was like a politician or something dealing with him, and he kept calling him boy. And it was like, you're calling an adult man who's a general or whatever in the military boy? Like, fuck you, man. You didn't believe that black vaudeville ended would perform in blackface? I mean, are you being sarcastic? Like, obviously. Let's see. Titles like that often leave people with a stinking suspicion that their boss wants them to know their place, and even if you don't care about that, an artist using a buffoon is like a knock-knock joke in a stand-up comedy. This is the part where you say, who's there? Boo. With all that, you might be asking how to identify a buffoon. I say, show your drawing to a black friend. If they appear to be overwhelmed with anger, sadness, or distrust, then I'm guessing you drew a buffoon. These characters are just off the table for now. Bummer. We can renegotiate this in 2020. Well, no we can't. Things are worse than ever. Now let's talk about skin color. And it's funny. Oh, you know what? It's funny. This was obviously written before 2020. Which means it was before the Black Floyd protests and everything like that. So I'm curious how this comic would have changed if it had been drawn past that. Saw it in a documentary. I'm confused by your question. You didn't realize that they would perform it. Yeah, well, isn't that what you mean by black vaudeville entertainers? I don't know. Anyway, now let's talk about skin color. Just point and fill. With digital color, this should be simple. Note, if you struggle with this, you can always refer to that black friend or colleague. Okay. If you choose a black and white approach, things get interesting. You may have noticed my no color option is surprisingly effective, and you can save some time. You can also use angular lines or screen tones. And remember, don't color the palms. The palms and soles of the feet have no melanin. You might be surprised to hear that a black guy's hair is technically very straightforward. There are two parts in the shape. Mixing and matching these two elements. Oh, the hairline, the outside and the hairline. Okay. Distinguishes your characters. If the black guy's features are consistent with the setting, it feels natural and distinguished. But if the features contrast the setting, the black guy comes off as laughable and buffoonish. Okay, I get it. Like, this is style, and that's where they're, like, clearly separated. And buffoon is a no-go. Before we go, a note on drawing black women. While actually considering the long list of issues to address with a black lady character, The model minority. Sassy, feisty, fiery. The hell? Hypersexual. I'm not going to touch on it right now. I couldn't do the topic justice the time I have. I'll probably touch on this in the future. Like, sassy, feisty, fiery, or whatever. Again, going back to the spectrum of choices. I think it would be fine to have that as a choice, but if that's the only representation that they get, then yeah, absolutely, that's offensive. Hi, Bill. I'm trying to find drawing tutorials for drawing comic style people of color, and I stumbled on this comic that is from a black guy saying how to draw black guys, how not to draw black guys. It's very interesting, but I'm almost done reading it. Who would presume? Yeah. Oh, you're talking about people that actually were black. Yeah. Well, they also. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's horrible, but that makes sense in that they would all put like really dramatic face makeup on because they'd be on the stage and people would have a hard time seeing them. But yeah. That's layers. Probably touched on this future after punching up on some bell hooks and rewatching the last season of Living Single with my mother. I've never heard of that. Until then, if you're having trouble, try talking to your black lady friends. Lord knows I have. I hope that helps. And if you're black, feel free to ignore all of this. You can't break the rules if you make the rules. So what is this website? I want to see. Hyperallergic. Oh, it's some art thing. Okay. Alright, so. Oh, he did do a black lady one. Alright, let's see. It's warped, yeah, for sure. I've been working on a new comic. I call it, well, that's one of the things that's been talked about more recently too, is hating on Asian and Pacific Islanders or whatever, you know, since the Asian hate crimes have exploded with the spread of COVID. By the same people who say that COVID doesn't exist or whatever, but they use it as an excuse to attack Asians and Pacific Islanders. But anyway, and, you know, there's a lot of, what is the short term? I can't remember because it's a mouthful to keep saying Asian and Pacific Islander. APP, I think it is. APP. Okay, so APP or AAPP, whatever. You know what I'm saying. A lot of them are making TikToks and stuff like that, and they're talking about the racism even among, you know, people of color, and like that's the thing, is there's racism everywhere, and we're never gonna make it better if we are afraid to recognize it and afraid to address it. And it's like, you know, my mom, she definitely wasn't a Trumper, thank God, but she was raised Republican, and she would have these things that came out sometimes, and it was like, and I would try to have conversations with her when she would say something like vaguely racist, and I'd try to like explain why it's vaguely racist, and she would get so defensive instantly. She would start crying, and it was just like, it rocked her whole self-perception to even think that she might be, you know, even accidentally a little bit racist. And you see that a lot in a lot of people, and not just conservatives, because there's, you know, the whole white feminist ally stereotype where it's basically like co-opting Amani and Tayo. Oh, you guys didn't like the other one? Well, I think I'm gonna go with Amani then. I like Amani. Tayo sounds too much like the Japanese bus. What was my point? Oh yeah, so she would just get really defensive. Anyway, so again, you know, these things have to be talked about, and they have to be talked about empathetically, and white people, get the fuck out of the way. Do not tell people, you know, oh, I've never seen that happen, therefore it doesn't exist. Like, fuck you. It's so crazy. All right. Then she knew. Yeah. Okay. So let's read this one, and then we're gonna try to find an actual guide. And again, hopefully, I can just see someone take it out of context, like just take a screenshot of me looking at this comic or whatever when it's on the, you know, descriptions of blackface, and be like, look, she's looking at insulting. Like, no, it's a comic about how not to do that. Ugh. It's okay. I'll just replace it with some gory violence, and we'll all be fine. I call it How to Draw a Black Lady. It's basically the same as How to Draw a Black Guy, tongue-in-cheek, you know? But Mom, I think I'm very respectful of black women. There's nothing wrong with me saying black lady. There are cases when I'd refer to you as a black lady. If you married the Duke of Windsor, I'd call you the Black Lady of Windsor. You're right, that wasn't funny. I understand that you would technically make you a duchess. The point is, I'm an adult. I'm going to introduce the comic how I want, and it's going to open with me saying, hello, I'm Maisha Haynes. Welcome to How to Draw a Black Lady. Maisha Haynes, creator of The Substitute, penciler for Gwenpool. I feel like I've heard of Gwenpool. Oh yeah! Gwenpool! I think I read one of those once from the library. Yeah. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember that I read it. That's the thing with the library is I would check out all these comics and read them, but they almost never had a full series. So I'd like get book 5 or whatever. And again, that's another thing about American comics that I complain about is that there's all these different artists and all these different branches or whatever that like coming from ground zero is really hard to figure out where to start. But that's why I like manga. Book 1, book 2, book 3. And it's the same artist. Like there's very few manga where they'll change artists. That's one thing that drives me crazy when they have a completely different artist that does the comic cover. Because, yeah, I'm a little bit shallow. I really don't like looking at comics with ugly art, even if it has a really good story. If it has an ugly art, that's a turn-off for me. I'll put up with it if I have to, but I would much prefer good story and good art. But anyway, it just feels like false advertising to me, but, you know, it's like a standard of the industry. So people that are used to American comics are like, oh, yeah, it happens all the time. But to me, I'm like, you lied! Anyway. Contributed to several anthologies. Thanks, Maisha. The title works straight and to the point. My mom was saying that. Ring, ring. It's kind of an annoying stereotype. Hello, Mom. The black mother is sassy, in your face, and doesn't take crap from anyone. Oh, we're trying so hard and we can endure so much. That gets really old. Jazz Malone, member of Girl Crime Organization, creator of We, contributor to Comics for Choice. Stop playing with my MFA and get ready for school. I have a meeting with the board at 7. She's got the business outfit and she's vacuuming and she's taking care of the kids. I mean, that's kind of an emotional labor thing that a lot of women have to deal with, but I can understand what they're talking about. Yes, we're educated and work hard, but on the other hand, we're expected not to make a fuss. Well, much of a fuss. Glad you're on the team, Viv. You must have endured so much. I hear lady racism is the worst kind. We both bring a lot to the team. Viv keeps it real, and I'm here to cut her off before it gets awkward. Ha! Weird. I don't think the problem is with one type of character. There's no single representation of all black women. It's important for black female characters to be flawed without being villainous. That's the hard part. When you're making the character, like they said, you know, I'm trying to find a balance with my ideas for the characters, like how to have them be flawed and realistic, but not unlikable. Because I don't want to make a comic that has unlikable characters, and I wouldn't want to read a comic that has unlikable characters. Yeah, before there was no room for positive, it was all negative. Now there's no room for negative. Same thing with, like, you know, gay characters or whatever. It's like either they're, you know, stuffed in the fridge or whatever that trope is, or they can't have any flaws ever. And it's like, that's not real. Those aren't real people. You have to have some flaws, just don't make them stereotypical flaws. I want my character to be ditzy, bad at school, have a good heart, and loves her friends, and kind of a mess. Well, you just described Bella Swan. Characters are supposed to grow, and arc is a great thing. If the only black woman you draw is a catty stereotype, rethink what you're doing. Oh, no, he didn't! If there are multiple black characters with different personalities, you should leave room for ratchet people. I thought ratchet's like a really bad word, but okay. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. He always does. I hate the news. They do exist. You know Jackie Ormez, the first black female comic creator? Of course. She depicted herself as she was. There was no need to find the black aesthetic. She was the black aesthetic. When I was a kid, I would draw a bunch of people. Almost all white except for one black girl off to the side. My stand-in. Black girl. I don't know why I drew like that. If I had to guess, it was likely the lack of black voices in comics and media. We need more of those voices. The TV writer Lena Waithe comes to mind. Having queer women of color creating art is important. The more voices we have, the more people see how eclectic the black female experience can be. Also, when people are given the space to represent themselves, they have the liberty to do strange and shocking things. We can play with stereotypes and themes, things that don't work when someone else does it about us. After talking to my mom, I have so many good ideas. My thoughts on representing black women. Super strong. They can carry the weight of the world, you know? Worthy of the adoration and respect of others. Unshakable. They're going to save us all. How about we get into the rules of how to draw a black lady? I don't think we have enough time. We'll have to do a part 2, I guess. Part 2? We'll be back, I think. We make a good team. You ladies keep it real, and I'm here to cut you off before it gets awkward. Oh, God. Alright. Alright, that was fun. That was good. I'm gonna save that too. Fucking headache. Let's see if we can actually find a decent article or tutorial now. No, that's the one. Ah, okay. Let's see. Animation style? Maybe? See if I can get a different Disney style. Nope, don't want to go with Disney's representation. How to draw black hair, blah blah blah. Set of men's faces with different hairstyles. I mean, you know what? Maybe I'll just have a picture and then try to draw it. Because no one wants black people in anime. If I don't draw characters, sister in peace. Okay, more reading. I'm not gonna bore you guys. I need something that shows the face. Let's see. Black man drawing reference. A Western short fiction. Oh, okay, I'll have to check it out. Here's a good reference. There's this one celebrity, or not celebrity, there's this one... Oh, let me switch cameras so I don't accidentally show any of my topless stuff. There is this one... well, actually, it might be multiple because I don't follow sports, so I don't know what they all look like differently. But there's this one figure I have in my head that's basically what I pictured for Amani. Let's go with Amani. And I'll just try not to think about Imani, who is a black woman on Twitter that talks about, like, looks at stuff, you know, from a racial justice standpoint and is rather combative, but I don't blame her. Imani, I can't remember her last name. Anyway, she pops up a lot on trending tweets because I follow her. So, we're going to go under otherwise. Oh, that's the other thing about this comic or whatever is my artwork and stuff. I want to start going by my otherwise art channel name, whatever you want to call it. And when I do streams of me drawing, I could put those up on its own YouTube. But okay, I'm making a folder. There's otherwise art. I'm just gonna say brother webcomic, and make a photo file of that folder in there. Reference photos. All right, save. Now I'll switch back. Gotta be careful. Micro stories. When the days of he realized he'd talking about himself the whole day. So I'm you. Any hobbies? She looked up from the scribble. She was making that happen. Theopoiesis. The what? I make God. She drew a last line and he didn't know what to say. I don't really get it. I mean, is she like just saying a random thing because she's insulting him? I don't know. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna save that one. I hate Pinterest. I mean, I use it, but I don't like when it leads me down a rabbit hole of links. Save. That's a cool picture. I like that. Oh, I love when they have like fancy drawings in their hair. Except I wonder how much upkeep that is. Like, do you have to constantly shave the sides? How do you keep the shape? Ugh. Ooh, that guy's cute. I like him. Like mid-30s maybe. I don't know why that picture showed up. Okay. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Black athlete dread ponytail. See what I get with that. These guys look too old. I need a teenager. This guy's good. He looks like a teenager. Oh, let's see. Black teen dread ponytail. Black teen man. Bunch of these are not teens. He's cute. I don't love the tattoo, but actually, yeah, no, I don't like that tattoo. This guy. Oh, it's a link. Let's go look at a bunch of stuff. These are like men. I don't want a man. I need a teen. I need a teen. Serious and sexy. That was good. Oh, little baby. Uh-oh, female nipples. Oh, wait, not nipples. Female. Dirty blonde locks. Maybe. I'm just saving all the pictures. Free locks. That's kind of cute. I know, everything's cute. Groomed and healthy. Freestyle Rastafari. Double twist. That looks painful. Aww. Ah, nipples! Good lord! Sheesh, long, healthy dreadlocks. Okay, I can't look at these. I'm gonna get banned. Alright. That's good. Let's just pull up one of those and I will just do the best I can. Let's see. By creating a dog that shut him up. Oh, okay, I get it. I'll see a blocked message. It says it conflicts moderation. It might be a Twitch issue. Maybe Matt Gates. Yeah, I don't think Matt Gates is interested in either males or black people. Definitely not black males. Just Matt Gates doesn't seem like the type. Okay. Now, once again, I'm going to jump over here so I don't accidentally show any heinous female nipples. And pull up. I'm actually... What? That was weird. I'm actually going to be moving all the topic stuff onto another drive so I don't have any risk of it popping up without me wanting to. And yes, it's going to take a while to get all that squared away. But okay, so let's open all these. Open Sesame. Did it open them all separately? Okay, good. Okie dokie artichoke. It wasn't that entertaining. Ah, I'm sure it was a wonderful, fascinating comment. Okay. So let's pick a picture. The face is good. I don't think he'd have that hair. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it. Black male hairstyles allowed in Navy. Female unauthorized. Supposedly in the... Ooh, that girl was cute. I want that picture. Anyway, supposedly the nuclear mechanics, like my husband was, don't care so much as long as it's like kept back in a ponytail. Ew. I'm not looking for the women one. I'm looking for the men. So it looks like they're basically not allowed to have long hair. Which is so dumb. It shouldn't be gendered. God. Let them have long hair if they're going to have long hair. This kind of makes me think of the other guy. I mean, I'm not trying to make them look like supermodels. Like, they're cute, but they're not supermodels. That is a creepy... vaguely creepy looking picture. Oh, I'm looking at images. What? How long can men's hair be? No longer than 4 inches and may not touch the ears. So yeah, it's not going to be for treating men like me. Sexy man beast. Alright. I like how the name of this image is just a black guy. Alright. Whatever. I'm gonna draw him how I want to draw him, okay? That's what's going on. I'm gonna do that first picture. Yeah, I like that guy. He cute. me open it up in here. Okay, here we go. 2 hours in and I'm finally starting to draw. Now I'm going to try to keep it fast and loose. I'm not very good at it. I get very focused on the deets and I'm going to try not to. Oh, that's right. When I had to reinstall... Oh, thank you. I literally just started drawing for the first time. I was just talking.
Start with drawing butt cheeks, and then face cheeks, and then put them together and make it a butt head.
Okay.
For me.
Go away. I love you.
I made you
hey,
food.
Wait, you're here. I have a question. Were black men in the Navy given different hair allowances, or were they also had to be short? Because I know you said
The hair on
that...
their head had to be within regulations.
Okay.
A lot of times, they were able to get a no shade shit due to growth of acne and other facial issues.
Okay.
From shaving, because the way their hair interacted with their skin when they shaved it that close usually had issues.
Okay.
So they were able to get no shade shits, which means they didn't have to shave, but they still had to maintain very, very close.
Yeah. But long hair, they weren't.
No, no.
Okay, it had to be like
Now,
a buzz cut.
some of them, if their hair was super, super nappy, curly.
Don't say that word.
We're up to curly.
You're not supposed to say nappy.
I know. Was a style. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway,
we understand what you mean.
So, if it's extremely curly due to the estrogen and all that inside the hair strands, they're able to grow up to an excessive length, but because it visually wasn't, no one can do anything about it. I fully supported it. Grow as much hair as you can.
I was saying, like, they shouldn't give different hair rights based on gender.
Well, girls also had different hair lengths.
That's what I'm saying.
And I knew girls with larger beards than men because you don't do shave checks on females. So that actually, one of them was cultivating as much as she could. I don't know why, but it was hilarious. She cultivated a little mustache. I was very proud of her.
Now that makes me wonder how the military is going to treat trans people moving forward. Because you would hope that they would,
I prefer unified, where they don't care about...
That's what I'm saying! That makes more sense!
Where they don't care about hair and facial hair.
I mean...
As long as it's within...
As long as it's not dangerous.
Standards.
And it's not going to get stuck and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is so silly.
Anyways.
It isn't supposed to be gendered, so gas masks can get a good seal. The short hair thing started in World War One. I can see that. Ah, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. I don't know why you gave me a plastic fork. Why'd you give me a plastic fork? Alright. I don't know. Oops. Ah. I hate when I open a window and Photoshop opens on the other monitor for some reason. I'm gonna start with like a brown color for my sketchy part. Like a sienna. Oh, don't like that. I'm also zoomed out too far. Zoomed in. Maybe? No, that's a little too sketchy. No, I don't like any of these. I'm just trying to find one that's sort of not quite as uniform. I mean, I can change it a little bit. Let's go into brush setting. I am so out of practice, man. Let's see, shape dynamics. No, we want size jitter. I'm not holding it down. It keeps thinking I'm holding it. Okay. Let's do it this way. Minimize angle jitter. Texture. Well, that takes all of it away. I don't want to do all of it. Okay, there we go. That makes it a little bit thicker. Okay, let's try that. There. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to save this as a new brush piece preset. I'm going to save pencil thicker drawing. I don't know why it's doing a picture, but alright. Okay. Now let's try. British Navy and Army will allow mustaches and full beards, but you have to get permission from if it's grown enough, it has to be shaved off. Again. Hasn't grown enough, it has to be shaved. What? That's weird. Yeah, that's what Matthew was just saying. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to deal with beards, because they seem like they'd be very irritating. I shaved my legs yesterday for the first time in like a year. I just felt like it. I was deliberating, and I decided that before I go to VidCon, I am going to get my legs waxed. Just because, one, I don't want to have to feel like I have to shave every day, and two, as much as I feel like, you know, women should be allowed to shave or not shave as much as we want, I don't want to have that extra layer when I'm dealing with people who might make judgments and be like, oh, you know, she's got hairy legs, I don't want to work with her or whatever. I want to ride some famous people coattails, okay? Get famous, then use my clout to make a statement. It probably doesn't matter. But even, you know, it's easy to be fierce online, but when you got people actually like staring and making comments in real life, it's pretty stressful. Alright. I am so freaking out of practice. It's embarrassing. I just don't really understand flow versus opacity. I mean, I know what opacity is, but I don't really understand what flow is. Okay. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to draw over it. I am going to draw it as if I am not drawing it in Photoshop. And if it sucks, it sucks. Oops. You've seen what's underneath. Don't say that. No self-hating in here. Okay. Let's see, eyes, nose, mouth. Sort of angles. It's like straight, down, up, and this guy's cute. Oh. I don't know, man. I still really want a girlfriend, but there's some cute guys out there. Unfortunately, they don't tend to be the ones that show up on my OkCupid feed, which is fine. We're poly, you didn't know that. Haven't really experimented with it yet, but just letting people know I'm not fantasizing about cheating. There's a no cheating in this here business. No, his neck really is pretty long. I'm just not doing a very good job at it. Ah! I will not get frustrated. Oh, his neck is actually skinnier there than it is up there. Interesting. It's always interesting when, like, even when I draw straight on a picture and then I take it away and I look at it and it's like, it looks really weird when it's not actually on the person. A little bit back there. High forehead. Tell you what, Zan, isn't it nice not having to deal with random people coming in, making shitty comments, having to say not that kind of stream, and then having them go, stupid whore bitch, and leave. We've gotten a couple drop-ins over, you know, all the times I've done on Twitch. We've had a couple random hater brigades come in, but it has nothing to do with me. It's just, you know, hate brigades. It doesn't start drawing and they warmed up. Drawing circles. That sounds boring. I'd get so bored and stop drawing. Someone's banging their music, by the way, so I don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but there's like, you can hear the windows shattering. Shattering. Not shattering. Okay. Now I'm going to attempt to start drawing some features on here. Let's see. Sorry, I could play some music, but I don't really feel like it right now. Noses are so freaking hard. Whoa. I switched to the version where it just shows the cross sign because the weird shape of the brush is throwing me off. Lordy. Oh my god. Maybe the whole neighborhood doesn't want to hear your music, whoever's playing that. Oh, that's terrible. Here. Zoom in a little bit more. Pretzel something? I don't know. I'll look it up later. It's like it looks so weird the way I did it. I'm feeling discouraged. I know that if I do a webcomic, you know, one of the good things about doing a webcomic is that you have a chance to like get better as you do it, and you can always go back and redraw some of the pages later, which a lot of comic artists do. Whereas, you know, if you do the full comic, then that's it. That's what comes out. That's what's published. It looks so weird. I think I'm turning it down too much, maybe. I don't know. I remember taking an art class and they were like, you should be looking at your model more than your board. And like, but how do I draw? And that also, you know, is traditional media. I don't think it's as useful when you're doing digital and you can't just like feel the paper. Saved it because I knew I'd forget. A couple of female comedian friends of mine started a weekly show called The Kitchen Sink, only on Twitch. The trolls pop up, make inappropriate. Facebook, I forget nothing. Just Twitch. Yeah, well, there's definitely trolls on Facebook and stuff. I don't know. I keep saying this, but I just don't understand haters. I don't understand the allure. Oops. The allure. Okay. We're gonna briefly cheat just to see if I can figure out why I'm fucking this up so badly. Maybe it's because I haven't drawn the lips yet. Okay. Nope. Nope. Fine, whatever. Okay. See, that looks weird. Once I pop it in there, it looks weird. Well, I guess I'll just deal with it and then draw the rest of it, and then maybe once I draw the rest in, it'll look better. Just gotta keep drawing and not let myself be discouraged into stopping. 'Cause I'll never get better if I keep on giving up. Yeah. Okay, let's delete that. It looks so bad. Ugh! I don't know. I'm focusing too much on the details. Aesthetic, nobody's feel threatened. I see I haven't finished blocking the general shape before giving. I know! That's what I do. Don't forget masks. Okay. You got a little bit of a fuzz. Nice full lips. It's funny, what was I playing? I was playing, what was it? I think it was Conan. And you know, I was streaming when I did it, and I was trying to make a character that looked a little bit like Okoye from Black Panther. And of course, as soon as I draw the actual shape of the lip, it looks female. Because that's our art style is. Oh my god, you can see the lips. It must be a girl character. Anyway, I'm being sarcastic. And there were sliders for like, you know, hip width and breast size, which looked like just weird the way you change it. It's not how breasts work. And all this other stuff. But there's nothing for eyes. There was no like spacing or angle or anything. It was just like size, like, you know, big or small. That was it. That was the only. I was like, why did you give us all these spacers for all this other stuff? It was very frustrating. We're just gonna draw. We're just gonna draw the whole damn thing, and then worry about the rest after we get it down. I am not good at prioritizing what to draw first. I go right for the details, and then I'm like, okay, so let's see, the mouth is a little bit more forward. I'm gonna cheat and draw. Do. Oh. That's not what I want. Ah. I want you to want me. I need you to need me. I'm begging you to beg me. Do 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 do. This is why I like digital art. This and the undo button, man. They are a wonder to behold, and it's still funny to me how many classes I had. And this was like when, you know, tablets were prohibitively expensive and stuff, and there were a lot fewer, you know, amateur digital artists like me who would draw, you know, like comic style or whatever, and they would draw digitally, and like all the art teachers I had back in the day fucking hated anything that looked comic-ish or, God forbid, anime-ish. They hated any kind of digital stuff. They all insisted, like, oh no, it's better to do it with hand. Like, freaking graphic design, the teacher literally made us, like, print and cut and everything to copy things instead of just using digital. And we had the digital stuff there. And he was like, you need to know all these skills. Like, you're never gonna need to know how to physically cut stuff out for graphic design. For, like, artistic, you know, drawing, maybe. But, isn't I Love You? I'd love you to love me. I don't know. I don't really know that song. Been out of the house a few times, and the UK has a fair share of people not paying. They really go full Chad or Karen over it, but we were really quieter. It's still off. Why is it off? Let's see. think I made the lips a little bit too big. I don't know, like I'm looking, it's almost like when I'm, I used to like correct English papers or whatever, and it was really hard for me oh, yeah, huh, okay, I should probably save it, that's a good idea. Once again, switch on over so I don't accidentally show any nips. Otherwise, our brother webcomic. Let's see, character sketches Amani. I feel like Amani is more of an Arabic name though. I don't know why that's what I have in my head. I guess it doesn't really matter. And again, we can always change it. Like last stage, you can change it. That's another nice thing about digital comics too, is like I can always just be like, I changed my mind. I'm gonna change the name and then go back and change it in the pages. Okay. Armani. Okay, whoops. Here, we're gonna try to get in really finely. Ah, what? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna use a regular pen. Why is that not pressure? What happened to my pressure? Oh, the pressure! Looking down on me, looking down on you, whoa. Under pressure! Do 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 do, whoa. Why is it so fuzzy? Flow? Is that why? Yeah, there you go. Alright. I know I'm doing details again. Shut up. It does what I want. No? That doesn't look right. Okay, okay. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Mama, move on to the next part. We're gonna move on and not obsess. Even though it doesn't look right. Shut up. Shut up and sleep with me. Why would you sleep with me? I've never actually heard that song. But when I was in... it always thinks I'm right-clicking and I'm not. Anyway, when I was in ROTC, I remember getting stuck on whatever you call it, like uniform check duty or whatever, where we had like a room with, I guess, the uniforms that people hadn't bought yet or something like that. And the guy I got stuck with was just like this annoying guy, kid, whatever. And he sang that over and over and over and over. And I know he was doing it to annoy me, because he would like smile at me as he did it, and I was just like, Put his atoms too low down and his lips have a more pronounced V. Oh, I'm not even to the Adam's apple yet. That was just the sketch. But yeah, I keep tweaking it and it just keeps looking not right. I'm trying to just get it, slam it down there, and then come back later. Because a lot of times too, it'll look terrible until you get it all down, and then all of a sudden it'll look better. I'm just afraid it looks like I'm trying to do a caricature, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm really trying to follow the guide. Trying to make it look like the picture. Check the jawline. I mean, it doesn't look that bad to me. I don't know what you guys are seeing that I'm not. Maybe make this a little bit thicker. Whoa, not like that. Let's do it this way. Ah, fuck my fucking headache. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. What? That's not... There. What? Trying to get it to put the anchor point there. I don't know why it's not working. I'm looking. I don't know. I guess you guys are seeing something I'm not. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I'm all trying to move on. You guys are like, wait, go back. Worry about the blah, blah, blah. I strangely don't feel as tired after laying there for an hour and a half, even though I didn't actually sleep. Interesting. Okay. Here comes some more fun stuff. Let's lower the flow a little bit. I hate doing brow lines for any character. I always feel like they look terrible. Now for the comic itself, I'm going to cheat the fuck out of it and just draw on top of actual models, because I can't be spending 20 hours per thing. Nope. Fit his ear in. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet. Dude. You're focusing on the background sketch. I'm not using it that much right now. He doesn't have ears. No, he doesn't. Not yet. I don't know, I'm starting to regret these drawing streams. You guys are just gonna yell at me. I know it looks wrong. Why do you think I'm trying to fix it? Shurderp and shurper, the song is stuck inside my head. It looks a little bit better. And then of course I gotta adjust diet. And it got fuzzy because I warped it, and that always makes it fuzzy. You sent me a picture of what it should look like. Sort of got cat eyes going. Okay, let's go back to this layer and delete this. And let's try crusty old art teacher like the ones I was just describing. Of course, it's so dark over there I can't really see the details. It's got that like pensive look. A glue pot. Go eat some paste. I don't get it. Like, Did paste actually taste good, or was it just... I don't know. I mean, my kids eat random things sometimes, so... If they're kids, I get it. When they get older, it's like, why? I know, it's supposed to be like a slur of supposedly, you know, mentally challenged people. I can't remember the official term right now. Atypical. Nope. That's going to be a shading thing, because trying to draw it in there is not looking correctly. Now the nose is too big. It's got like a little bit of a bump right there. Sticks up a little more. Whoops. Oh, fucking headache. I really hope my headache is just because I'm sleep deprived and not back. This is my new normal. What? Giving me dropped frames notice, but I don't know if it really matters right now. See, does my eraser work? Oh, it does. What? I'm working. I would rather you not come up here, sweetie. Because then I can't get anything done if I'm trying to deal with you guys. Good enough. This is up too high. Yeah, but it's the headache I always have. What part of do not use do you not understand? Oh, that's funny. Wheat and milk base. Sort of edible. Alright. This damn nose! It's gonna trip me up every time. I can't stop messing with it. I know. All this sleep. What the? I didn't tell you to open that menu. Anyway. Oops. What? I'm physically incapable of moving on from the nose. The nose must be perfect.
I got another plate for you.
I can't draw black people.
You didn't eat half that plate.
I'm still eating.
I'm going to hit Alt F4 on your keyboard.
No.
ALT F4. And
okay, what do you want?
You're not eating your food. I don't want you to starve to death.
I'm eating. I ate the sausage and some of the
sausage?
Yeah.
I want you to eat food. Don't die. Okay, thank you for not dying.
I know it's more angular. I keep rotating it. No. I don't know why it's not letting me shut the I don't know why it's not letting me set the angular point. Ah, why? Whatever. Let's do it this way. A little better. And then, oops. Make that go up. Whoa, wrong button. Oops. Yeah, I know. Whatever. I'll mess with that later. If Voldemort has no nose, how does he smell? Terrible. Oh my god. Dad knows. Or dad jokes. Yeah, well, I got my second shot a week ago and it hasn't gone away, so. Oh. Even if it is long COVID, it might be, you know, damage that can't be undone. I just hope it's not something that's getting worse that didn't show up on the scans. Still off. I will not move on. Shut up. I'm not actually talking to real people. I wouldn't tell a real person to shut up. Except my kids. I definitely tell my kids to shut up. I'm the worst mom in the world. I'm gonna try squishing it just a little bit. Okay, moving on. Whoops. No, I want it to just be a tiny bit smaller. I don't remember how to zoom. There we go. Oh, that's much easier to compare. 2 weeks of a second to be fully immunized. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just the Moderna one that people were having better results from, because I got a Pfizer and I don't feel anything. Alright. I wish that I could get the... Why is it not letting me move the Alt button? I don't understand. Let's see if I can figure it out. Photoshop not letting me move the rotation anchor. Can't move anchor point. Pan behind tool. No, that's not what I want. Rotation axis, maybe? Center axis point missing. Toggle reference point. Let's try it. But there is none. What? They're not letting me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why it's not letting me move the place that I rotate from. So it's not rotating the whole thing. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Ugh, okay. Ah, it's grayed out. Oh, there we go. There we go. Maybe? There we go. Oh, shit. I did not mean to combine the layers. That was a big boo-boo. There we go. Whew! Good thing I noticed. Otherwise I wouldn't have been able to edit it anymore. Okay. Bronchitis. Yeah. Well, you might have had COVID, because we had COVID and... Oh, I just messed up my reference again. Nope, I'm not going to mess with the nose right now. I'm not going to mess with the nose. I'm going to move on. But yeah, we had the coughing up thing for ever. And I still, like, when I lay on my left side for some reason, I still feel like I have fluid in my lungs. When any other direction, sitting up, I don't. It's just finding on the left. And fluids and stretch. No, you're not allowed to leave. You must stay forever. Well, I don't know anyway. Okay. I think I made it worse. I do that sometimes. Okay, whatever. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I know this is back here more. I think I can make that a little bit shorter. So then I can coughing fit. Broke your ribs? Holy cow. They did have me get a ultrasound of my around here one of the times that I went in last year because, you know, I was falling apart and went to the doctor 20 times last year because of COVID. I kept having this one spot that hurt. And so they did an x-ray to make sure I didn't have a perforated lung, and it came back negative, and they said, like, oh, you don't have to be concerned, you have a slightly enlarged liver. And I was like, ugh! And I said, you know, it could have been that way the whole time, blah, blah, blah. But if you want, we can scan you in 6 months again and make sure that there's no change. And I forgot about it, and then they called me 6 months later. It was like, oh, we're ready to schedule your ultrasound. And I was expecting a phone call about an MRI because of my headache. And they were like, oh, no, this is an ultrasound of your stomach. I was like, wait, what? Stomach? But I remember, and then I got it done, and they said it was all fine. So, not so far back. Is it far back? No, not so far back. Too skinny. I mean, too fat. Link has a funny shaped head. I don't really notice it except when he gets a short haircut. His head is sort of like, it's almost like, I'm trying to figure out where I'm drawing. There we go. It's like a funny little like that. I mean, I just exaggerated it, but It's just funny. I wonder if it's from me laying him in the crib wrong or something when he was a baby. It's not a big deal. It's just, I don't know. Cracks me up. His eye is all better, by the way. He still has like a little bit, like you can feel a little bit of a bump, and it could just be a lymph node that's like always like that, and I just never noticed it. I'm a little paranoid because all of a sudden he had a swollen cheek and everything, and I was just like, haha, it's a tumor, it's cancer, it's leukemia. But I never did get the ultrasound because it went away, and then it seemed like it wasn't worth it. And I didn't want to get the ultrasound because she wanted 2 ultrasounds of 2 different sides of his face, and the insurance, for some reason, they don't count a whole bunch of shit. They don't count towards the deductible. So any kind of like tests like that and like the MRI and stuff, they don't cover, I found out. So that's fun. Whoa. Loud. Why are you watching my videos? Uh-oh, they're watching my videos now. I love you, honey. Don't watch my videos, it's creepy. Good thing I heard it, so I know not to say anything bad. No. Keep the wee beasties at bay, please. I have enough of a headache already. We are all just falling apart, man. It's been such a year. My mom died. My beloved cat went missing shortly before that. And then our other cat started massively peeing everywhere and just not acting like he was having very good quality of life. And let's see, doo-doo-doo, and then doo-doo-doo, boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna try to not fuck it up too much. Leads on greed instead of motivation instead of good health. Yep. Almost like privatizing healthcare is a terrible decision. I hear you there. Well, the only way we're surviving, health-wise at all is through Matthew's employee-sponsored health insurance, but, that ties him into his job for one thing. And it's just such an insane concept, having your insurance tied to your job, so your job can basically be as shitty as they want. I mean, if you're even lucky enough to find a job that has healthcare insurance, they can be as shitty as they want, and you're tied in. I could also use the pen tool and try to draw it the same that way. It's like fades back here, I don't know. Kind of don't want to draw all that because it looks complicated. Also, my character does not have that, so I don't really see the need to draw it, but we'll see. I look like Magneto, or not Magneto, Professor X trying to use my psychic ability. No, just headache. Just headache. This doesn't really help. I don't even know why I do that. It's just sitting there trying to ignore it is worse. I've had a couple weeks spread out here and there where it went away, and I was always like, oh, please be on the way out, and it came back. I just had sex and it feels so good. Song randomly jumped in my head earlier today as I was trying to sleep. I was like, why? I mean, I don't care. It's a comedy song, but I just wish I could turn my damn brain off. Let me go to sleep, please. Brain, please. Please let me go to sleep. That's not actually too bad. Usually I'm a lot worse at ears. Maybe it's because I can clearly see the reference. A lot of reference pictures are not high def enough to actually see what I'm doing. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll fuck it up. Of course, this is shading, so it's a little hard to make it look good with lines. The Addams Family. Ba 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 bum. Bum ba ba bum. Bum ba ba bum. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. They're creepy and they're cookie. They're all together cookie. Mantis. Yeah, that'd be nice. Tries to push a more U.S. style, but faces resistance. Good. That's the thing. That's the thing that Republicans are so scared of too. Is once you have something, people are not gonna want to give it up. So if they can do even a little bit of, you know, universal health care, then they're gonna be fucked. Unfortunately, there's a lot of dumbass voters out there who hate anything automatically just because, you know, it's put forth by a Dem. But you give it a different name, like, you know, instead of calling it Obamacare, you call it Affordable Care Act or whatever, and all of a sudden they love it. You're like, how do you feel about the Obamacare? I hate it. How do you feel about Affordable Care Act? I love it. It's the same thing, idiot. They did a poll recently about the HR 1, is that what it's called? The one they're trying to pass, the protect voters' integrity or whatever. And they polled, even Republicans, they polled people, but they didn't call it that. They were asking them about, like, individual things, you know, protecting, like, I don't know. I can't remember any of them. But basically, like, you know, like, keep poll open till 9 p.m. instead of 6 or something like that. And when they did it, tested for the individual ones, they got overwhelming positive remarks. People liked that. But you call it, you know, Biden's plan, and all of a sudden they hate it. Like, it's so stupid. People are stupid. Anyway. What? Why are you... No. Let's do a race. Try this. What? Why is it not letting me erase any of that? I don't think it's on the wrong layer. I don't know. Whatever. Alright. So, we are going to attempt to draw it with this. And I don't really do this very often. Or I try not to. Because I'm actually trying to draw it, not cheat too much. But, yeah, let's turn that one off. Let's put another anchor. Let's do it, and then I'll draw on the other one, and we'll see how totally awful of a job I did. Here is too low. I'll deal with it later. Oops. good enough. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to stroke. Let me make sure my thing is smaller. Stroke pep. Brush. What? It didn't work. What? Yeah? I don't have anything. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Ugh. I'll facilitate that business shut down for voting day should be one. Exactly! The fact that voting day is not considered a holiday is insane. But of course, we don't want people to vote. All these like things that Republicans are trying to pass are so blatantly anti-democratic, and yet you still got these bootlickers. They're like, "Oh, really? We're protecting the security integrity." Like, you lick that boot, buddy. See how it treats you. Israel, man. I am not qualified to say too much about it, but sure starting to look like Israel's the bad guy. And yet, for some reason, we're so like, it's sacrosanct to ever critique anything that, you know, it's not even Israel, it's the Israeli Defense Force or whatever, the name of their military is doing all this bad stuff. There's lots of, you know, Jewish people and even Jewish people in Israel that are like, no, I hate what my government's doing. You know, we just went through that with Trump. No, I hate what my president's doing. But I don't know. But I was reading just Twitter threads, and there's just like all these people like, oh, Hamas had weapons stored there, and it's like, yeah, Israel claimed that, but you know they've lied about plenty of shit before. Why would we just unequivocally accept what they say? Like, and people were posting memes, and they were really dark, but fitting. Like, one was 3 columns. One is the U.S. flag, one is an Arabic flag, and then one is Israeli flag. And on the English side, it would say like school, and then it would say something in Arabic. I presume the Arabic word for school. And then over in the Israel side, it was like Hamas base. So, you know, school, hospital, blah, blah, blah. Everything was Hamas base. The joke being that, you know, every time they blow up something with women and kids and stuff in it, it's like, oh, there were Hamas weapons being stored there. Just, you know, anytime. Just don't question it. No single person should be worshipped. No single government agency should be worshipped. Just basically humans are awful and we fuck everything up, and you should never just completely believe in someone without, you know, even ever thinking maybe they're, you know, not as perfect as I think they are. Photo ID. Yeah. And like that's another thing about photo ID is like a lot of these areas, like Native Americans, for instance, a lot of them that live on the reservation, they don't get IDs because why? Like the reservations are, you know, a lot of the roads don't even have names and stuff like that. They're just, you know, landmarks. That's how you know what you're looking at. So obviously this is too high. Let's scrunch that down a bit. Still, let's drop some rulers and some rulers. I'm gonna go there and there. Now we're gonna go there and there. So yeah, it's too big. Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let's do it this way. Just that. Close enough. So the top is not bad. It's just... Except... There. Sheesh. Want the people of Israel to live in the same peace and safety many of us taken for all the way led by bloodthirsty murderers. Yep. Yep. It's so weird how the US just like will not ever critique anything that Israel does. And it's like, you know, Republicans of course are going to be like, anti-Semitism, and it's just like they claim that about everything. You know, fake outrage is their modus operandi, but other people too, like, you can't ever question anything that Israel does, and that's not healthy. They just blew up a freaking building that a bunch of journalists and stuff were based on, and everyone's like, well, they gave them an hour to get free, and it's like, first of all, an hour is nothing. I mean, if someone's on a long lunch, they're dead now. And the other part of that is that they blew up all their equipment. And... no. What am I doing wrong? I think I just gotta do the individual parts. And, you know, they don't want the free press out there. Makes you a little suspicious. You know, you can either discredit the media a la Trump by just having your little cultists believe that everything that's bad about you is a hit piece, or you can just straight up get rid of the press entirely. Both will be effective. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Kind of want to play a video game. I know I didn't do much progress, but I don't know, my headache just fucking... Let's finish this up real quick. Not holding it down. Then he's passing around with lots of phones, Mr. Snowman, until you're the kid he's knocking down. Later on, little shoulder bone and an arm that disappears into places we don't know, but it doesn't matter because it's cut off the frame. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. I feel like the neck is too long, but that's kind of what he looks like. Let's hide the rulers. Oops, dang it, that's not what I want. View. Oh, R. That makes sense. have lots of fun, Mr. Snowman. Till the other city kitty's knocking down. Oh. And the guides. Control H. Control H. There we go. Oh no. It's not perfect. Whatever. It's fine. Don't worry about it. About a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I don't even know what's going on over here because it's dark. So, yeah. I'm just gonna... Wood. We can build a snowman. Okay. Matthew must be in a good mood because he's sending me weird stuff. Wee, zigzags. Whatever, I don't feel like drawing that. Alright. I'm gonna scooch this. Oops. Just a little bit. What the? That's not what I meant to do. I hit the number key lock. Ah, my husband's being annoying. Better to be annoying than in a bad mood though, so. Alright. There we go. There's my attempt. That's my valiant attempt. I'm gonna screenshot it and apologize to the world. Okay. And pretend that he's Parson Brown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman. I don't need that. Till the other kitty's knocking down. Later on, we'll conspire. Let's change while I save. What? Save as? That was weird. I don't even know what that was complaining about. Okay, so we're gonna say Amani. Was it Amari or Amani? Side sketch. Oh my god. Now he's messaging me on Facebook. Yes, good mood. I'm gonna send him a gift that says, shut up. Shut up. GIF. Meaning? I can see someone from another culture be like, what is this? Shut up. I keep seeing people. It says, bitch, shut up. I'll go with this one. I'll go with the shh one where it's the guy with the weird name. I can't remember. This one. Still singing. Okay, here we go. Shh. Alright. Okay. So, I'm gonna close Photoshop. No, I'm not gonna save that. Unplug that. Stick my pen somewhere where the kids are not gonna knock it over, hopefully. They are determined little buggers. It's warm in here. I'm gonna go take my PJ pants off. It's okay, I'm wearing underwear, so nothing should show. Oh, my knees. Oh, my knees. You can look at that for a second. That's my mic. Ugh. Oh, fuck my headache. Fuck my headache. Fuck my headache. Fuck my headache. Okay. Now I can switch all the windows back. And we can figure out what we want to post. Or what we want to play. Blech. Words. Hi, Mike. Everyone say hi to the mic. Okay. I'm moving over the windows. Yeah. Moving over the windows before I switch my view. Gonna show the different windows, including the YouTube one, even though no one's talking there. Sexy black man. I didn't even name the file that. That's what they named it. Now available, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I kind of want to play that. Endwalker. Ooh. Herpaderp. Brain fart. Alright. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close. Goodbye, sexy black man. I'll see you again soon. I'll close the file explorer. I'm gonna hop on pop. I'm gonna put this over here, and then I'm gonna open up my sendable, and I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna say, I should post it to my otherwise channel, but whatever. Okay, let's see. I know, I'll switch over soon. Browse files, upload the one that I just posted. Where is it? Ah. Oh, I never saved the image. I saved, no, actually, hold. It didn't work. Video game. I'm going to play video games. I'm gonna go in a raft. No! I want to go in brand new so we can all laugh at how incompetent I am. I'm reopening Photoshop so I can save the screenshot. It messed up when I tried to save, because it was like, there's no path here, because I moved my documents folder to my other drive, and for some reason, things are like bugging out now. Operation could not be completed. The system cannot find the path specified. What does that even mean? Alright, let's try export. Export as... There's a problem with generator. Okay. What? Why is it not working? This is interesting. Let's see. Photoshop. Path not specified when I try to save. System cannot find the path. Blah, blah, blah. Someone else has read the book, another thread for you. If you check out the link, a stored path which no longer exists and want to carry the steps, then try simple preference reset. Okay. It was complex. I'll give some details. Had an exceptionally positive Adobe when I phoned for support. Worked with excellent. Blah, blah, blah. Jump to answer. Okay. Reset several other permissions. Okay, so let's see. Unlike all the other permissions, you changed several permissions, including the actual permissions. That is the entire preference folder in the user library. Blah, blah, blah. Reset several other. Oh my god, that's complicated. Okay, let's just do the. Let's just try the reset preferences thing, which is gonna blow. I'm gonna have to reset all my stuff, but where is it? Let's see. There we go. Preference general. Reset. Oh, I'm tired. I know I keep saying that. Reset preferences on quit. Yes. Okay. Close. Let's try this again in a second. Photoshop, Photoshop. Hopefully it lets me save. Because if I can't save on export, that's gonna be a problem. We only have half an hour. We're not gonna do anything too exciting. I can show you guys what I've been doing in Conan, which I was playing on my own for like an hour or two a day. I haven't really made that much progress. Oh, that's interesting. I know I'm not showing my screen, but it says get to know Photoshop step by step, and it shows a black woman as the demonstration of it. Okay, so fingers crossed, it's opening the file. Oh man, I wish this was a topless stream because it is hot. It is hot in here. Nope! Still not working. Well, fuck. Okay, well, that's gonna be a big problem later. I guess I'll just use Paint 3D. I'm just trying to export the screenshot. Oops. Ah, undo. Post. Crop. Let's crop over there. Done. Is it full size? I don't even know. Okay, there we go. Select. Save as copy. Image. Save to the correct folder. Let's see. Amani Care Sketch Side. Okay. It's so weird having to do it in Paint instead of being able to export in from Photoshop. We're gonna have to fix that. Alright. So back to Sendable. Well, here we are again, it's always such a pleasure. Remember when you tried to kill me twice? Oh, how we laughed and laughed, except I wasn't laughing. Okay, let's see, what should I write? Here's my first attempt at drawing the Black Brother character from my webcomic idea. I tried. Nervous. Alright. Send now. 2:30 a.m.? Go to bed, you silly goose. You don't just set your default file path. I don't know how it's gonna let me because it was jumping out as soon as I tried to save in the first place. It wasn't giving me any option to pick a save path. I don't know. I'll experiment with it another time. Hello, baby. Okay. Alright, let's switch views. I'm gonna have to go back to the other monitor, other screen in settings. I'll look into it. We want desktop 2. There we go. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Whew, it is warm. It is getting hot up here. What is this? Sure. That's not my birthday, but sure. Oh, it's an online one. Eh. I wouldn't mind trying Final Fantasy Online someday, but Capcom Arcade Stadium looks like hand-drawn stuff. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. Oh, Subnautica Below Zero. I never finished the main Subnautica. Can't mod. It's fine. They didn't say anything else. Whoa, those are weird looking graphics.
I'm not scared. My dreams are all I ever needed. She told me what's here.
Oh, so cute! Aw. Poor guy. It's not how I picture my character in Subnautica. I got a slapstick Subnautica. You missed a chance for an alliteration. Aw, who's so cute! He didn't want to be your friend! You would not be able to outrun that thing. Also, is that part what? Ah. Dude, she made a massive patty. Oh. I love the leviathans. Except when you're trying to get away from them. Although it's kind of funny when you're like in a tunnel and they're like the ghost one by the giant skeleton is like glitching out trying to get to you and just like teleporting. So we started playing 7 days again, and we built like a little cave or whatever, and there was a bear. He couldn't get down in the hole, so I was just like poke with my spear, and then somehow he phased through the ground and was in the base, and I was like, well. Anyway, I like that you can spawn away, you know, you can spawn on your bed or spawn near your bed. What? These are all the turn-based ones, though. I don't like turn-based.
Rewrite.
Aren't these turn-based?
Welcome to the battlefield. In Thrones of
Oh, maybe
Britannia,
not.
because of the detail on the campaign map, we're able to reflect that in the battle map.
It's so pretty!
Canassus has a farm and a priory, which can be seen on the map.
Oh. You just fight. Okay, never mind. That's boring. I like actually building cities. Bring back black and white! Ah! I know. We only got 20 minutes. Oh, it's not even enough time to do anything. Ooh! This would be good for Link. Maybe. Because Matthew was very specific to say that the computer he got was also for the kids. Oh, you build houses in this. Of course, he can't read, so that makes it hard. When you've got your shovel equipped, you can dig holes for new plants. Well, we could always buy them and put it, what? I have something in my cart. I'm gonna put something in my cart. Okay, how do I link? There it is. I'm gonna go message it to Matthew. I keep trying to get him to practice reading, but he's just not motivated. Okay. You're lagging. Link friendly games. Alright. Do you wanna build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. Satisfactory. Oh, yeah. I think I bought that one already. Well, like ukulele. We already have that on Xbox. Nope. Reading. Can't do reading. Nope. We could do Overcooked. I don't know how to play it on the computer. Maybe you get multiple, I guess you could just do multiple controllers. Feels silly to do that. Ooh, that one's pretty. What's that? Grueling action RPG. Looks like a Darksiders clone. Or not Darkside. Dark Souls clone. Maybe a little more fast. Actually, that looks kind of fun. What is this one? I'm Apparently I'm gonna spend the last 15 minutes looking at game previews. Sorry. It's just not even enough time to load a game, so. We got 2 people that came in and said one thing at the very end of the stream. Okay, this actually looks fun. No user reviews. Add to my wishlist, sure. See the preview, but it's not working. There we go. Side-scrolling single-player game with hand-drawn, blah blah blah. Aw, it's so cute. Looks like what's it called? The little bug dude. Ugh, can't remember. He's like white and he's got the horns. Ugh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway. Nope. Main assembly. Ooh, that looks like a kid-friendly one, maybe? I mean, it's probably pretty complicated, but... Actually, that one that I already have...
And creativity.
The,
Are the things all of innovation stands
carrots
for.
are good. Let's look for porn.
Creating land-based people
No, thank you. I don't want to get banned.
to the skies. Venture
Alright, I'm gonna put it on a wish list. I wish you could have different lists. I'll add the Hoko life to my wish list also. Okay. Worms 3D Monster Sanctuary. Aw, that looks like something I would like. What? Never mind. Do you make them fight? Never mind. I could just play Pokemon if that's what I wanted. Crown Trick. It kind of looks like Children of Morta, which is a fun game. Going under, new mode, banish your imposters, network with your coworkers. Yoku's Island Express. Interesting looking. It's a little dung beetle. Oh my god! What a cool concept.
Embark on a new kind of adventure.
Well, that's like Unraveled. Yeah. I played Unraveled, I'm good.
Unforgettable.
I was very disappointed when I found out you can play Unraveled single player, and it's actually in some ways easier than playing 2-player. That is fun though. Ooh, pretty. Seizure inducing, but pretty. Interesting. Is it a bullet hell game? Looks like all the bullets are yours. Could be fun. I wish there was like a maybe list. Demo's gotta play them all. Overcooked franchise. Oh my god, you think there's enough Overcooked games? Hammer. Ting. What? I know. Resource grabbing one. Okay. So speaking of the Pokemon videos, I just bought this to attach to the desk so that I can record my screen easier. Supposedly it's strong enough to actually hold like a DSLR or whatever, because I have that whole issue where I can't seem to get video off my phone onto my computer. But as you can see, it's really short, so I'm still trying to engineer a way. Up here, I could maybe attach it to this shelf over here, but I'm not able to be up here very often. I have to be watching the kids. So I could just try to sneak up here while they're asleep and film like, you know, 1 or 2 at a time, but it's on my list. Well, of course it's a hairball. I'm a cat girl. Meow. Yan-chan. Whatever. So much hate in the world. Someone wants to be a cat girl, let him be a damn cat girl. Doesn't hurt you. Some of these games just look the same. Like, they might be good, but you can't tell by watching. One looks interesting. Build a new home. I just want to play Ark, man. I just want the new Ark to come out. Looks like surviving Mars. Alright. Well, I don't know. Ow. I bit my tongue. I could just stop, or I could go for another 10 minutes. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, this one's kind of pretty. This looks like another possibly kid-friendly one. The art style's kind of... The art style is fine, but the graphic, or the proportions of the cat's a little odd. 10 minutes of Noida. Yeah, but you know me, I can't not play Noida for... Oh, it's only $2. Holy cow! Okay, we're buying that. Teardown. What? I didn't buy Teardown? Oh, here, let me send it to Matthew. Doopa-doopa-doo. Go back over there. Let's see, 80% off this weekend. Off. $2.99. $2.99. There. Alright. Alright. Yeah, let's get some Noida. Oh my god, it's so freaking hot! I'm gonna turn the fan up a little bit. It's gonna be noisy because it rattles. But I don't have a thingy for my hair. Do I? I do not. I was hoping to put my hair up so it's not quite so hot, and then everything just fell over. So hot. I could use a rubber band if I hate myself. Alright, whatever, we'll deal with it. Okay. Here we go. 10 minutes of Noida. That's physically possible. I seriously wish I could take my shirt off right now. Holy cow, I am hot. I'm hot. But like, legitimately hot. Isn't it weird how we have hot as a word for... Why do I have no sound? It's just really quiet. There we go. Ah, cool. This is going to be one of those ones where you don't even start with a wand, but I do have the Uva, what is it called? Ukoskivi, which causes things around you, metal around you, to become electrified. As long as you're holding it, you're immune to electricity, but picking it back up can be a problem. And I have the invisibility where as long as I don't have anything on me, I'll be invisible. Oh my god, what is up with this lag? Cool, spells that I don't have anything to use it with. What are these? I got Pheromone and Flamuxium. Well, I don't want Flamuxium. Oh my god. Yeah. Hot and sweaty. Let's see if I can Flamux that guy. Ha! I'm gonna empty this out. It's being slow. I don't know if that's good or bad. I was just say I don't know if that's gonna help me. I'm gonna try going for a walk after I'm done to see if that does anything for my headache. Might make it worse. We'll find out. Okay. Ah, it feels weird. Pissing on the edge. Do you piss glowy speckled snow? You might want to see a doctor. Okay, so I gotta get rid of my wetness. I'm just so wet. We gotta get rid of that wetness. Oh, that's funny, the gold lights up. It actually started me in a pretty early level for the 290 might be a bit expensive. Boop! Now I can swing it at them, but then I'll lose it. So let's see. Bah! Oh yeah. But now oh god, I'm stuck. Get unslimed! Unslimed! No! I can't get the slime off of me. I'm getting it off. I'm gonna turn invisible. Okay. 12. Let me stop. 10. 8. Come on. Drop more. Sometimes it drops while you're flying and sometimes it doesn't. That is so weird. It's being weird and slow. I've said it before. I love Noida. Oh, come on. He's blocking the entrance. Ah! Okay. I love Noida, but every time they release a update, it's like 50-50 if it completely breaks the game. And they update it like every other day. So, yeah. Okay. Come on, guys. Come on. You're making this hard. Okay. No! Go away. No! Have I picked any? I think I got one. Okay, we gotta wait for him to wander away so I can go at least get my Ukoshivi back. There you go. Alright. Ukoshivi, I'm coming! I'm coming home to grab you. Stay right there. Yeah, you guys should put in bets for... Not bets, but... Put in votes for which Pokemon you want me to draw. In what order. Because I've just been picking randomly. Like I did a random number generator. And opened up the list of all 700 whatever there are. And then whatever it lands on. That's why the first two I drew are dumb and boring. Because they're dumb and boring Pokemon. Pokemans. Give me a damn wand. Oi. At least I'm invisible. There was another one I started that was literally you didn't have anything and you weren't invisible. Ow. I thought they would shoot you if you actually landed on them. Huh, interesting. Just die already. Come on, die. Give me some gold. Give me some gold. Burn your face off and give me some gold. I don't actually know how much health he has. This might take a while. Alright, I'll take a bite of sandwich. If he's not dead. Ah, he's not on fire anymore. Okay. Oh, he's on fire again. There we go. Ah, I'm on fire. Okay, I am no longer on fire. But now I'm stained. by water. So I lost my invisibility. No. Come on. There we go. Sometimes they'll still shoot wherever they saw you last. See, like that. He's like, I don't know where he is. Or she, or it. I don't think I have a gender. I think I'm just a person. Whee! I'm gonna run out of power. Boop, boop. There we go. Give me a freaking Wanda. Vision. Give me WandaVision. Give me WandaVision's power. That would be a short game. Is there a game? Oh, I have it already. I was like, where is it? Is there a game that does adequate justice to Scarlet Witch's power? Because that'd be fun. But I don't want to play no, you know, oh, she's got a zap. Worth it. I got $355. If I can survive. No. Okay, get rid of some. What? Oh! No! My stupid Uga Shiva Gubba set it on fire. I didn't even think about that. Ah! Well, at least I don't have the can only have. What? I got a single point of water again. There we go. The one where you can only have 50 health. Because those ones are always fun. Oh yeah. Set him on fire. Set him on electric. Come here. See what happens. Come here. Come in the water. Aw, lame. I just got super wet for no reason. There's a wand. If I could get over there. Nope. Boop. Ah. Super wet. I'm super wet. Are you kidding me? It's supposed to be random, Jen, but I think this game taunts me. Oh, that's gonna be hard to get. No! Okay. Carpe diem. Oh, shit! I went to the goal. Exactly 7 o'clock. That worked out amazing. Okay. I better go. As always, I will try to get some midweek shit done. Don't hold your breath. I still have all of the time constraints, but if nothing else, you can always follow me at Topless Topics on Twitter and read all my political rants, because you know that's the content you crave. Yep. Alright, see you next time. Thanks as always to Zan, who comes to all the streams and sends you a head of holiday. Who always comes and hangs out with me during the streams. Otherwise I'd be totally alone and friendless. Alright. I will